The Blackhawks have not played a single game yet, and I'm ready for the season to be over.
It'd be like that.
Welcome to From Center Ice, the podcast. My name is Courtney.
I'm Jacqueline.
And it's Monday.
It is Monday. We're doing it.
We're doing the thing.
It's a schedule. We're on it.
We're going to record on Mondays.
Yes, Mondays.
Yep.
Mondays.
Because I think it's Monday. The last I checked, it was Monday. My computer says it's Monday.
I hope it's Monday.
Me too.
I don't know if I hope it's Monday. I do hope it's Monday.
I do hope it's Monday because I've thought it was Monday all day.
Yeah.
And it's very much the Mondayest of Mondays.
It is. It really is.
But yes, it is Monday.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
And that's
doing our thing on schedule.
Recording day because there's usually no IceHogs games on Mondays.
Typically.
So it wouldn't be annoying for us to have to leave the game, drive all the way to my house. Well, for you to drive all the way to my house, I have to go there anyway. And then record. And then it would be very late by the end of all that.
I mean, we've recorded at late times before.
I
mean, it is almost 10 o'clock now. Okay, it's 9:30.
9:30.
9:30.
That's not almost 10.
It's getting there.
Closer to 10 than 9 was, but not almost. Oh, God. I did not sleep well last night, and I've been up for a very long time.
Yes, you have.
Oh, my goodness, because I'm getting floors replaced.
It's very nice.
Finally. Yeah.
Looks good.
It does look very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleased.
It's just the action of moving everything from room to room to room when you're getting certain floors installed.
Especially from, like, a living room.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, things just accumulate.
They do.
I have so much shit. Why do I need so much stuff?
I'm going to sit here and go through everything with you and encourage you to get rid of Don't. You did the blinky thing again.
Well, you deserved it that time.
What? I can totally do this. What? I can't get rid of my own shit, but I can get rid of your shit.
Same.
Okay, help me then.
I've offered many a time.
Well.
Uh-huh.
Once I figure out the cat situation.
See, there's hashtag ADHD brain for you. Once this, then this.
Don't call out my ADHD in front of everybody.
No, you see, because my whole first this, and then this has been, once I get my floors, then I'll do this.
Now you've got a lot of things to do.
I do, and they've been on order for like 2 months, so I've put off a lot of stuff in the meantime, especially clearing out the area where they were going to go. I've had 2 months to do this. But I started it this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's Monday.
It's Monday, so like
and they
2 days
also
ago.
started today. At least I got that room cleared out.
You did. Good job.
Or I started, but I made them start in the small room that was easier to clean out.
Yeah. And I'm glad they're going to be moving your couches, like, away from where they're working and just move them back over.
Me too, because I don't think that couch is leaving this house.
No, not in one piece.
No, it gave the movers a hell of a time moving it into this house.
I'm sure.
It was.
And how long ago was that?
Oh my gosh, it was 2 years now? Because
those were your sisters, right?
Yeah. And I had it all through, like, COVID shit.
Yeah.
So it's been, like, 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a big couch.
It is a
so
giant couch. It's very deep.
I waited 10 years for that couch.
Worth it.
Very worth it.
So worth it.
Because she got it. And I was like, when you don't want this couch anymore, I want this couch. And she honored that 10 years later. I was
good for your sister.
I waited so long for this, and now I have it, and it's never leaving. Mostly because I can't get it back out of the house.
Well.
But also because it's very comfortable.
It's very, very comfortable. It's a large couch.
It is very large.
It's deep. Like the sitting.
It is.
Like I can sit on it with like my feet going straight instead of to the floor.
I can sit on it with like my legs crossed and just be comfortable.
Absolutely.
And nothing. My knees aren't hanging out of it or anything.
You don't have to like try to keep yourself on it at all. You're just on it.
It just kind of sucks you in.
It's very nice.
It's a great couch. What were we talking about?
Moving stuff because of your floors.
Yes.
Your floors.
Yeah, so I was like, once I get my floors, obviously I will declutter everything because I have to move everything out of my living room.
Right.
So it's just a great excuse to do that.
Exactly.
Since I have to touch everything anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can be your chaperone.
And then do the whole rest of the house. I feel like you would get exceptionally irritated with me.
Why?
Because I don't throw things away.
But you're like slightly motivated to do it. So like you just got to be in the right mood. Like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Uh-huh. And how is that going to make me throw things away when I attach meaning to literally everything in my life?
I know you do, and I do the same thing. That's why I have so much shit in my house.
Yep.
But I'll tell you. I'll be like, hey, do you need this?
And don't you'll be like, need most of the things that I have.
Exactly.
The worst part is if I travel somewhere.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I don't really need much. Like, I can just throw a couple of things into a backpack and Absolutely. I'm good for a week.
Yep.
But then I come home and I'm like, I need to buy literally everything because I need it. I think I just keep trying to fill the hole in my soul with things.
I understand. Yeah. I don't have enough money to do that, so...
I'm not going to. But now I'm running out of hockey cards to buy. Well, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
That's very untrue. I am running out of Corey Crawford cards to buy. Because
there are plenty of other cards.
Now they're all rather expensive. I think I have finally got like all of the base cards that are available. There's still some that haven't popped up.
Of course.
But then once they do, they'll obviously be more rare, so then they'll be more expensive.
Yeah.
But I hit the 600 mark.
Hey.
I'm at 601.
Snaps for you. Hey.
Yeah, I hit that today.
Good job.
Yeah, 600.
Yeah, it was a pretty big mail day for you.
It was. I am now at 37.7%.
Hey.
Yep.
Good for you.
I just want to hit 50%.
I know.
But that seems impossible because now I don't have like large chunks of cards coming.
Yes.
So it's just like a couple at a time. I'm like, God, just give me to 50%, but I'm at 37.
Yeah. 7%. It just sucks to think about all of the cards that are just like sitting in a garage somewhere. Mm-hmm. And like they're not appreciating them or they don't care about them.
Well, you see, that's been the whole career for my goalie, so it just makes sense that they would have his cards and not cherish them because they didn't cherish him when he was here.
You got a point.
I had a lot more notes for things to talk about. Now I'm just kind of mad about my goalie all over again. This is how we ended the last episode.
Is it?
Yep, and we're just picking right back to where we left off.
When did we record last?
Last week.
What day?
Don't know. You're asking me impossible questions. I think it was Tuesday because I said there's 2 days until training camp starts.
You did say that. Okay.
I only remember that because I posted that clip today. So if I didn't do that, I would never have remembered what day we recorded, which was Tuesday, which was somehow almost a week ago because it's Monday.
Almost.
That feels like we just did that.
We haven't recorded this closely together in
about
a very long time.
Yeah,
like a very, very long time. We were on a good
point of the season last year.
Yeah, we were on a really good roll for a while.
Yeah, it's been like 6 months. Probably not that long because that would be that'd be March.
I got back in January. Were we recording while I was?
No, I think we started like recording in February.
Yeah, I know you were making fun of my brain not working. But
yes, it's better now, mostly.
You know how many times we were just down there watching the Leafs game and I didn't say words?
Look, it happens to me all of the time. It's just how brains don't function. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the Leafs game. This was not part of my list of things, but after watching it, it became part of the list of things. Because it was a preseason game against the Montreal Canadiens.
It sure was.
And the Leafs scored a goal. They thought they scored a goal. They did put the puck behind the goaltender.
They did
into the net. Preseason game.
Preseason.
Dominic Ducharme fucking challenged it for offside, and it was by a sliver. It took them so long to review this footage.
It was ridiculous. It's a preseason game. It means nothing.
It's preseason.
And they were like hardcore going over it. Like, did they do it or did they not? It's like, it's fucking preseason. Like,
once they cut to his face after that goal went in, I said, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, you did.
And they're like, oh, he's going to challenge him for offside. It's preseason. What is the point?
Inconsequential.
It doesn't matter.
Not at all. Not even a little.
This league. I hate the Montreal Canadiens. We became such good friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, you really...
during the playoffs.
It's been a roller coaster for you.
It's nothing against Habs fans.
Of course. They're wonderful.
Habs fans are wonderful.
Best friends.
It's this fucking team, and it all started at the draft, and it just keeps fucking going downhill from there. And then they challenged for offside in preseason when it was by less than an inch.
Itty bitty space. Which, I mean, I get rules are rules, but like...
in the regular season, sure.
Who fucking cares?
As annoying as
they were winning at the time. Like... you don't need...
and they still won.
Yep.
But David Kampf scored the goal of the year. We were talking about before that.
Yes.
The Habs had scored a goal. I think it was Christian Dvorak's goal. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about it being like goal of the year of the preseason or whatever. It wasn't even that exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice goal. But
it was. But
you see that shit all the time.
It's a goal.
But that poor goaltender is a rookie goalie. I can't even remember his name.
Was it Poulin?
Yes, thank you.
I got you.
Poulin was in net. They had pulled Jake Allen by that point. And he was just... I don't... like you said, he was trying to pass the puck.
He was on his way.
I think.
It looked like that was the plan.
I don't know if he had a plan.
You gotta have a plan.
You got it.
Or this happens.
If you're a goaltender. You can't just get the puck and go, oh no.
Shit, what do I do?
What is hockey? Because that's what he did. And Kampf just like skates by and just texted it one-handed. Just a little dip. That's mine. And that's the goal of the year. Because
it was fucking beautiful. That was nice.
It was just so funny, especially after that offside challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It was sweet.
It was just like
sweet redemption.
Karma instantly.
Even though the Leafs lost anyway.
What was it, 5-2?
I don't remember. I think so.
I think you're right.
You would be right because you said
I think I'm right.
I think you're right.
I don't say that very often.
That's why it came out weird. You're telling me I'm right when you're
the one that said. I just credit you with everything I ever say.
This is what happens when you record on a Monday.
Monday night?
Yeah, but this is why I'm ready for the season to be over already. Because we're not even in the season.
Nope.
And we are getting stupid fucking offside challenges.
Yes, we are.
That don't matter.
No, not at all.
Yes, he was the one who scored the goal.
Sure.
But it was less than an inch.
It just...
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I hate the coach's challenge. I hate the offside challenge. I hate all of it because... just why? You have to account for human error. There are humans playing the sport. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to account for human error, don't have human referees.
Yes. I agree with that. I was wondering where you were going with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, of course human error is going to happen, but, like, you got to call out the error if it happens.
Just put, like, sensors over all of them and have it be like a video game or something. Yeah. If you don't want to have human error, do that.
You got a point.
It's so ridiculous because what do they challenge for? They challenge for offside. They challenge for goaltender interference.
Yep.
Both of those are infuriatingly inconsistent because what the fuck is goaltender interference?
It doesn't exist. It is everything. It is everywhere. It is nowhere. It is nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is everything and nothing all at the same time because it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. You can tell me what goaltender interference is, and I will be like, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Right.
But then they won't call it that way.
No.
And they'll call it some other way. And something that wasn't supposed to be goaltender interference will be called goaltender interference because nobody knows what it is.
It needs to be very clearly defined. Mm-hmm. Because if not, we have this circus that's just like, not that it's happened, it's still preseason, there's no goaltender interference. But
I mean, there may have been.
Well, Not in anything I've seen. Yeah. But
not in this game. I don't know. I thought I could tell you what goaltender interference was. No.
Nah.
No. I don't know. It's basically just up to their discretion. Like,
it looks like
I
it.
think he was interfered with. But we all know that they don't call things correctly. Because they want makeup calls. And what an easier way to get one than goaltender interference, because nobody fucking knows what it is.
Yeah, it's an easy call.
This was further down in my notes for today, but since we're on the topic of the officials...
Wait.
What?
Before we talk about that...
Go for it.
Can we talk about that Eagles touchdown, please?
Yes.
I don't really have a whole lot to say other than that was, like, amazing.
So what happened?
Who were they playing? I don't even know who they were playing.
I don't know who they were playing
Baltimore?
either.
No? I don't know.
Huh?
It doesn't matter. The opposing team was in the touchdown zone.
The end zone?
That's the one. See, I don't know words.
Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right.
It's still on.
Cowboys were in the end zone.
How is that game still on? Anyway.
And they... Please tell me the Eagles are winning.
They're not.
Oh, no!
It's 27-14.
Ooh. Okay, but anyway, Dallas had the ball in the end zone, and one of the Eagles just, like, knocked the ball out of the quarterback's hand and took it and got a touchdown.
I'll take that.
He was just like,
they were already in the end zone.
Yeah, make it easy for me.
Yeah, they backed the Cowboys all the way up.
All the way.
And speaking of football.
Oh, Bears.
That Bears game yesterday.
That Bears game was not good. It wasn't good. I didn't get to watch game 1, but game 2. That was game 2, right?
I don't know.
know.
Maybe. Yeah. No. Game 3, because they were 1-1.
Game 3?
Both teams were 1-1.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Oh, I was following the one, maybe game 1, when I was up north.
I don't even know.
When did I go up
What
north?
is time? I don't feel like I'm alive right now.
Nah, dude.
I have no idea. It was game 3, though, and it was miserable.
It was so
bad. And
bad.
they lost to the Browns.
Justin Fields got his first start. And
he spent all the time on the ground.
Nobody's helping him. Nobody.
Do you know how many times he was sacked?
It was like 9, right?
Something like that.
And it was a franchise record.
Probably.
For the Browns.
Was it?
I think.
It was probably one for the Bears, too, for how many times they got
Myles
sacked.
Garrett was on fucking fire.
Nobody was blocking him.
Not a single person. He was on fire, and it was amazing to watch, and it was infuriating to watch because my goalie, my quarterback spent the whole time either on the ground or running, like aimlessly.
He was trying.
He was trying. I don't
hard.
blame him
No.
whatsoever.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
If anybody is blaming this on Justin Fields, they would be the ones that blamed everything on Trubisky. And
Mitch deserved
better, yes.
If it was any other quarterback that was playing for the Bears yesterday, I would have thought it was hilarious. But I just feel so bad for Justin.
Yeah.
I just wanted better for him.
Yeah.
But nope, they still have an offensive line that is more useless than wet tissue paper. Like, where were they?
I didn't see them.
What?
It was painful to watch.
Linemen are huge.
Yes.
Why couldn't we see them? They are large humans.
I got nothing, man. I don't know what happened. It was bad.
How does Matt Nagy still have a job?
That I don't know. I was looking at the stats from the game, and it was just pathetic.
He should have been fired a long time ago.
100%, yes.
He had like one good season.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were all trusting him.
No.
He will guide us to the Super Bowl.
No, you see, because...
Am I allowed to say that when it's not Super Bowl season? Or can I not say that word at all?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, if we get flagged, I'm sorry.
That's fine. We don't get money from this anyway. No. Okay. Shit, what was I going to say?
You're talking about... Why can't I remember like 30 seconds ago? Matt Nagy.
Mm-hmm.
Being fired. Should have been fired a long time ago.
Should have been fired a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the thought's gone. I have no idea.
Damn. I'm sorry.
It's fine. What the fuck was I going to say?
Do you have better coaches in mind?
No, I know fuck all about the NFL.
Yeah, same.
I only know about the Bears. I can't do this for two sports.
Oh, absolutely not.
The NHL drives me crazy enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone. Okay. It's gone forever.
Well, we can go back to hockey then.
Yeah, Justin Fields deserves better, and yes. I feel so bad for... I've got it! I got it! I don't know how saying that brought it back, but Matt Nagy needs to be fired. Yes. Because whenever they lose yardage on a play, and it's like 3rd and long or whatever, why? Tell me why. They do one of two things. To either run the ball straight up the middle, and get stopped immediately, or they go for the short dump pass.
That never works.
And they still don't get anywhere. Every single time they need to make up a lot of yardage on 3rd down, you need to go far. Why are you not doing that?
You know, the same could be said about Derek King. I'm sorry. I have to bring it up. I just have to. It applies. All right? It applies. Yeah.
What is the comparable?
He is the coach.
Well, yeah. I meant like
the Rockford IceHogs.
Who?
I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a team that exists. What I was trying to ask, what is the comparable of like going for the short play on the 3rd and long?
Oh no, I was just sticking with the coach of the Bears.
Yes.
Not doing it right. And Derek King, who also doesn't do it right.
You see, it's kind of funny because a lot of people in the Blackhawks hockey world think that the same thing about Jeremy. And over here, we're like, believe in Jeremy.
Well, that's because we saw him actually, like, his system actually work in Rockford.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago.
How? I don't know.
Like 4 seasons ago, right?
Right. Yeah. Yes? I don't like to think about that.
I don't like that. That was a long time ago.
I don't like that.
That was a long time ago. But then you have other people saying, like, believe in Matt Nagy. I don't think anybody's saying that anymore, but they did for a couple of seasons.
They better not still be saying
I don't think anybody was on board with him coming into this season except for the GM of the Bears. The whole, everything needs to be torn down.
Oh, from the top down.
Keep Justin. Everyone else is gone. Just start over. Start over. I don't care.
I only saw Khalil Mack like once.
Then he got injured.
Yeah.
And then I think he came back.
I don't know.
I miss Tariq Cohen very badly.
Yeah, he needs to heal.
The games are no longer fun because he's not just out there cutting through people.
He's in recovery from his ACL surgery. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We'll see.
Next season, maybe?
No.
I just want to know what it's going to take to get an actual offensive line for the Bears because I cannot remember the last time we had one.
It's been a minute.
I feel like I'm saying this every single season. Is why doesn't our quarterback
because nothing
have
ever
any time?
Changes.
Ever.
It's always the same exact thing. And that's what I'm scared of with the Blackhawks and the IceHogs.
It's just like the fucking Blackhawks power play. Nothing changes.
Ever. Shoot the goddamn puck.
Move the puck even if you just want to not shoot it, but try to look like you're doing something. Yeah.
We're yelling about the Blackhawks and we haven't seen the Blackhawks play yet.
You know.
It's just learned from past.
Look, it's been a few years of horrible, horrible hockey. And they've never really had a great power play, to be fair. Even when they were world beaters, just winning all sorts of cups, they've never had that great of a power play. Yes, better than maybe now. But it's never been that great because they always do the same goddamn thing over and over and over. And last season, when they started, like, somehow at the top of the league on the power play, we were like, oh my God, they're actually moving their feet. And then they stopped.
And then they just stopped.
They just stopped.
Why did you stop? Continue that. It was working.
And the second power play unit kept scoring goals because they just kept feeding it to Kubalik, and then he would bomb it. But they would never play them.
They never played the power play number 2.
No. I feel like every season there's one thing I yell about a lot more than anything else.
Yeah.
And for most years of my hockey fandom, it's been my goaltender.
Of course.
But then he
wasn't
playing for the Blackhawks last season. Mm-hmm. I refuse to
playing
acknowledge
for anyone
why.
else.
We don't talk about it.
I'm just saying.
We don't talk about it. So I needed to find something else to yell about, which apparently I've gone back to it in the off season.
The power play 2?
Yes! I was yelling about it every single game because they wouldn't start them!
They just didn't do it.
But every time they were out there, they'd score a goal!
Yeah, it's that simple. Like, go with what works. I don't care what your plan is.
It's so hard to understand.
It really shouldn't be.
It's like going with the hot hand in net. Why wouldn't you start the power play unit that's scoring goals? Fuck what Patrick Kane thinks.
Right?
If you want to play on the power play, score some
fucking
goals.
do it!
But no. And then we trade away the only defenseman that created any sort of offense so we could get fucking Seth Jones and sign him to a deal that...
Dude, if he's not fucking amazing this year...
See, this is why we don't need to see the Blackhawks play a single game to talk poorly about them, because we know what's going to happen, even though we don't, because the team is so different. But I'm not ready.
I want to love this team, but everything about them is just infuriating. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's not even on the players, really. I mean, a little bit.
When they won't move their goddamn feet on the power play. That is
on them, unless they're being told not to, but...
I can't imagine that's the case, because they've been through 2 head coaches and done the same thing.
Yes.
And usually the head coach isn't even the one that runs the power play. It's
right,
one of the assistants, and they've gone through a bunch of those, more so than 2 head coaches. So... they can't just have all of these coaches from everywhere around wherever the fuck they came from being like, don't move on the power play.
There's no way.
Just stare them into submission.
If you don't move, they can't see you.
Exactly. The opponent is a dinosaur. Don't move.
Oh, dear.
That's what they do.
Do they have tiny arms, too?
No, because they steal the fucking puck away.
Right.
And then score breakaways. Short-handed.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying is that everything about the Blackhawks kind of makes me sick. Like, it's so hard to root for them this year. Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be excited.
Of course. But how can you be excited to call that your team with everything that's happened?
I'm not. Quite frankly, I'm not.
No.
But I know about myself that I can't change it.
Uh-huh.
So I just have to accept it and find a way to reconcile that in my brain.
Okay.
And I don't know, the best thing you could do in that case is just to not let the story die, really.
Right. And I mean, that's on fans. 'Cause
it is.
They're not going to talk about it, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, we got to keep it going. So
I actually have something about it in my notes today.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which isn't a good thing, but...
No, it's never. It never is.
No.
It never is.
I mean, it's not... Compared to some of the other things we have had to say as new things that have come out, it is not as bad as those.
Okay.
But I just felt kind of proud of myself that I said that that's the way to reconcile that, and it's actually in my notes.
All right.
But before we get to our fucking team...
Let's go.
There's other shit. So...
What do we got?
We're going to start with the horrible things.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Because that's... Well... We kind of, like, start with it, and then usually I bring it back at the end, and...
Oh, yeah, we always end on a negative note.
Depressingly. But the NHL did an investigation and found that Evander Kane did not gamble on NHL games.
Right.
But now, Evander Kane is under a... This is a tweet from Chris Johnston. Evander Kane is now under a separate NHL investigation for unrelated allegations of potential wrongdoing that were brought to the league's attention.
Yeah.
I didn't read the thing.
You didn't?
No.
I mean, I think I read at least the beginning of it. And
they were allegations from his soon-to-be ex-wife.
Right, yeah. It was like domestic violence stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I skimmed it. I did read some of it. Yeah. I don't want to say any of it until it's confirmed or anything, because it's really bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, now I'm remembering that I did see some of that. But yeah, so he's under investigation for that now, and he won't be attending training camp from what I saw for the Sharks.
Yep.
So there's that. I just had to put that in there since we talked about Evander Kane before. Just had to...
A little follow-up.
But it gets worse in the hockey world.
Great.
Not because of Evander Kane this time.
Well, I hope he doesn't ruin the whole league.
No. This isn't even in the NHL. Okay. This is in the Ukrainian Hockey League.
Okay.
And you saw this yesterday because you also tweeted about it.
Okay.
And racism is kind of rampant in
hockey.
Oh, dear
Jesus.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to, act out what he did.
No.
It was fucking disgusting.
So let me scroll back in my Twitter likes here, because that's how I save things to remember what I want to talk about. But there were 2 teams playing in the UHL, the Ukrainian Hockey League. And I'm trying to find his name. I don't know his first name. His last name, Deniskin, is the one who did the said act on the ice, which was acting out a very racist gesture toward a player of color. And he released a statement. I was gonna say he released an A word, but I don't think it was that. It was more of a statement.
Yeah.
It was along the lines of the Montreal Canadiens, if you will.
Fuck.
Would you call this a mistake or a transgression? Which one would you label this as? Was it a mistake or a fancy mistake?
It was a fancy mistake for sure. I mean, that's not something...
It was a pretty fancy mistake. You had to think that one out.
Yeah.
A lot went into that.
Uh-huh. Okay, I know not everybody is going to hear or see... know what we're talking about.
See the videos? So go ahead.
Okay, no. He pretended to peel a banana and eat it, which is obviously calling the opposing player a primate of some sort, which is just, ugh, yuck, gross. How dare you?
Yeah.
Ugh, why would...
So before I watched the video... And before I saw that it was a racist gesture, I don't remember what the exact tweet was that I saw first, but something like, "This is fucking disgusting," or something.
Hey, that was my tweet.
Was it?
Yeah.
That would make sense as to why that was the first one I saw. But I thought it was going to be a homophobic gesture.
No.
That's what I was expecting. And then I was like, wait, what the fuck is he doing?
What is a homophobic gesture?
Sucking on a penis.
Oh.
That's what I was expecting.
I was going to...
No.
I'm not gonna.
Hand thing?
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna do that.
Because I saw his hand up near his mouth, and I was like, oh. Yeah. I can't say that makes sense, but it wouldn't really surprise me.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I was expecting, and that's not what he did.
It went a whole different direction.
And I had to watch it 3 times to figure out what he was doing, because it wasn't what I was expecting.
It was very in-depth and thought about. It wasn't just something you do off the top,
No, he's definitely thought about that.
Absolutely.
But his statement... on Instagram, says, "I would like to express a public apology," there's the A word.
It's not that. "To
the player of the Donbass Hockey Club, Jalen Smerik, during the match between their 2 teams. I, being in negative emotion..." Sorry. "I, being in negative emotions, showed a gesture..." I can't even get through this with a straight face. "Showed a gesture that someone might consider as an insult in racial affiliation. I respect all people, regardless of race or nationality. Emotions in hockey are unfortunately different."
No.
Jacqueline.
What?
This guy I don't even know his first name. It starts with an A.
Yeah. I don't know.
And that makes me want to think Andre, but I don't know.
No, don't assume that.
He is racist.
Yes.
Because he's competitive.
Not this bullshit again.
So how long until the Carolina Hurricanes offer him a 1-year, $1 million contract to play with his pal, who is also racist because he is competitive?
I give it a year.
Because, like his statement, non-apology, because he nowhere does he say I'm sorry.
A gesture that some might consider an insult. Excuse me?
What did you think it was? Like,
right, like
you
what
were
were you
mad. Clearly, you were
intending?
trying to insult somebody because you were angry.
That's it.
You consider it an insult. What is somebody else supposed to consider it as? Oh, you're trying to give me fruit? Thank you.
Yeah, right.
What?
I don't know. Why are people like this? Like, it's so easy to just not be like that.
No.
Like,
No, because you see, emotions in hockey are different.
are they?
Wait. Emotions in hockey are unfortunately different, according
like you
to
can't
his
help it because you play hockey.
statement.
Fuck off.
He's racist because he's competitive. And he needs a life coach, such as
Right.
Rod Goddamore.
Yep, that's the one.
So, Carolina,
Send him over.
I have another one for you. We have a reclamation project. He needs to learn to be a good human, and he needs Rod Goddamore to carry him to not being a racist piece of shit. Because white boys in hockey don't get kicked out of leagues for being bad. They're just given every chance in the world
Every
to
single
keep
one.
being racist and not learning anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Carolina Hurricanes are 100% vaccinated, by the way.
Are they? I didn't see
How?
Mr. Tony.
I
doing it.
swear to fuck, if he is on the Chicago Wolves.
Oh, no. They wouldn't send him down, would they? They might. Oh, fuck.
Maybe, like, we made a mistake and we don't want to deal with it anymore. You guys deal with it. I don't know what I would do. Because then we would have to see him.
Yeah.
But, like, he's vaccinated?
But he was super
Oh, yeah.
right-wing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all up in the conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
And he still got vaccinated. I know people that have to be vaccinated by the end of the month, and they are quitting their job instead of getting vaccinated. So, like, there's people out here that are willing to lose everything just to not get poked by a needle. And I don't get it. And I very much expected him to be one of those.
Me too. So maybe Rod Goddamore.
Stop right now. No. No, do not finish that. Nope.
That's probably a good idea because people take everything seriously on the internet.
They'll just take that clip out of our podcast. And
Yes, clearly
start
I
blasting
believe that Rod Goddamore is
right, calling him Goddamore and everything.
he is a life coach that saves everybody. We'll come back to COVID shit. But before we get there,
Okay.
we are out of the terribleness because I can't do it anymore.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you have more. Did you have something else on your mind?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You were just saying how you had some terrible shit.
Yeah,
And
Evander
then
Kane
we were
and
gonna-
racist fucks in the
Right.
UHL. And then Tony D'Angelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But now I want to talk about better things.
Okay.
So the new jerseys from Adidas, not the New Jersey Devils, the ones that they actually wear, are going to be more sustainable and made out of recycled material.
Okay.
Yes.
Do they wear the same jersey every game, or do they get them cleaned and wear them again?
I mean, they wash them.
Well, I would hope so.
I'm sure they've got a couple, like, on standby in case one, like, rips or something. Yeah. But they washed them. So they're going to be made...
I hope they're not out there just not washing their jerseys.
That'd be, like, good idea for goaltenders. Keep people away from your crease.
Like, well, oh my God, if you smell real bad.
Oh my God. They're going to be made of a minimum of 50% recycled content, which is interesting. So I wonder what the difference is going to be like. Like when you put one on, what are they going to feel like? Are they going to feel like wearing a water bottle? Because you sweat a lot if you're just wearing plastic.
So like even the fan ones? Not just the ones they wear? Okay. I hope they don't like break down or anything.
Oh, that'd be weird. They just like start falling apart at the seams while they're on the ice.
Nope, I've had this too long.
I'm sure they've figured something out.
Oh, for sure.
All mixed in with the synthetic fibers and whatnot, but
it's not going to break down. No. That was exaggerating.
Yeah,
but
it's got to feel somewhat different, though, right?
You would think. I want to feel them next to each other.
Me too. So that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
We've also had some retirements.
Right.
So Travis Zajac signed a 1-day contract with the New Jersey Devils after he was traded to the Islanders at the deadline to retire as a Devil.
Okay.
Zack Smith, formerly of the Ottawa Senators, but then of the Chicago Blackhawks, retired after 12 seasons.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't see that one.
Well, he was injured all last year.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was. It was something about his thumb, and then I think maybe his back. I don't know.
I think I heard back, too.
Yeah. David Backes retired.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I know. That's one of those names where you're just like, he's not going to be there anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird. And, of course, Lundqvist retired. But the Rangers are going to retire his number 30.
Really?
On January 28th.
Okay.
In a game versus the Minnesota Wild.
Why?
You couldn't have picked a better one? Like a rivalry game or something? Like, why Minnesota?
Just that one. Just that one.
I know. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Minnesota?
Minnesota?
Why?
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. But,
okay.
yeah, they're retiring his number 30.
Okay.
Which I think is good because he was such a staple of the Rangers for a long time.
Fantastic
goaltender. I still think it's a shame that he never got to win the cup.
Yeah.
But number 30 is pretty, like, standard for a goalie.
It is. It is.
So it's interesting.
Not anymore.
Like, not surprising that they're retiring it, but also just interesting because it's such a typical number. But I guess a lot of teams have number 1 retired, too. So, I don't know. Yeah. And then there's Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
So the Buffalo Sabres stripped Jack Eichel of the captaincy.
Okay. See, I missed everything about this, so I don't know.
This was a statement from their GM from 4 days ago, the 23rd. I spoke to Jack 2 days ago. This was posted on the Buffalo Sabres' own Twitter account.
Okay.
I spoke to Jack 2 days ago. I spoke to the team yesterday and addressed this. Jack Eichel is no longer the captain of the Buffalo Sabres. From our perspective, the captain is your heartbeat of your team, and we are in a situation where we felt we needed to make that decision.
They were the ones not letting him get the surgery, weren't they?
Correct.
So...
when are they going to put this kid out of his misery?
Right, he's just stuck in limbo.
Yes.
What do they expect him to do?
I don't know.
There's...
Like, I'm sure finding a trade is difficult because of the injury, but I'm also sure that a ton of teams want Jack Eichel. They just don't want to pay what Buffalo is going to want because it's uncertain what kind of Jack Eichel you're going to get. But even like 50% of Jack Eichel is still very good.
Yeah.
Just maybe not worth his contract plus whatever Buffalo's going to want for him. But there's no coming back from this.
No.
It's not like he's just going to put on the Sabres jersey and be like, all right, guys, let's go.
Yeah, no way.
He's not going to play for the Sabres ever again. So why don't they just put him out of his
Just
misery and
release him, man.
Yeah. Like, at some point, you've got to be able to, at least if you really can't trade him and just can't agree to anything, you've got to be able to mutually terminate that contract.
But they want the money, is the thing. Mm-hmm. They're going to want money for him.
Mm-hmm. They're going to want something for him, but they're the ones who fucked it all up to begin with.
I don't understand what they're doing or what they're trying to do. Or
I would argue that they also don't.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Mm-mm.
If they would have just let him... Why weren't they letting him get the surgery? What?
I don't know. They didn't think that he would be better afterward. I don't know. I don't think any NHL player has gotten it.
Okay, so it's like an experimental surgery, or
I don't even know that it's experimental. It's just that no NHL player has gotten it and like come back and been their normal selves again, you know? And we all know that nobody in the NHL wants to be the first person to do a goddamn thing. So
I was gonna say everything's gotta have a first.
Nope, not in the NHL. You gotta wait for another league to do something first and be like, okay,
all right, here we go.
It went all right. We can maybe stick our toe in it.
But like, the dude's obviously got to be in pain if he needs this surgery, right?
You'd think so, yeah.
I think it's just really fucked up that they can stop him from getting a surgery that would help him not be in pain anymore.
And after all of this nonsense, why would any like high-rated free agent want to sign with you?
Right. I mean, nobody wanted to go to Buffalo anyway, but like...
No. And then Taylor Hall did last year. And I guess it worked out for him in the end because he went to Boston where he wanted to go, but he had a horrible season before he was traded. He had what, like 2 goals?
It was real bad. Real bad. And it's like, I understand these contracts, like, you have to do what they say, but there's got to be a line that you can draw somewhere with, like, bodily autonomy. Like,
right.
Like, this is my body. I need this surgery. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
like, a doctor should be able to vouch, like, no, he's gonna get the surgery, you know? Like, I don't...
It's literally affecting only him.
Yeah.
And
it's
I mean,
like,
guess
did they sign a blood pact? Because
right.
If any other explanation just doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes I feel that way with the NHL. Like, they just sign everything in blood.
They have to.
Because they never change.
Right. It's all the same, always. They're vampires.
Yeah, so that's the latest bullshit out of Buffalo.
Hockey players are vampires. We're on it.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I need you to write this fan fiction. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, going to Montreal again. Jonathan Drouin is back.
Yes.
And he came out and explained why he missed some time last season. Everybody was wondering because anybody takes a leave of absence, they're like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And they assume all the worst because that's just what people on the internet do. Mm-hmm. But he came out and said that he has anxiety. He wasn't sleeping. He had insomnia because of the anxiety. So he just had to take time off for himself. And he's still such a young guy. He said he was, 26?
26.
Yeah. And so he had to take the time off to get himself back together, really.
Good for him.
Right?
Props to this dude. Like, you have to take care of yourself first. If you're not in it, then you're not doing anyone any good.
Right.
Like, it's not good for your team. It's not good for you. Exactly. You'd be damaging yourself physically and mentally. I mean, you've got to know your limit like he does and step back when that's needed.
It's so important because if you don't, and then you do have poor performances out on the ice, then you feel like you're letting your team down.
Exactly.
And then that just sends you into
snowballs.
A further spiral. Yeah. And so I'm really glad for him and for anybody in the mental health world, anybody who's struggling with it or knows people who struggle with it. I'm happy that he did it for himself, and I'm happy that he felt comfortable enough to come out and talk about it.
Right. I'm glad that he was able to just come out and say that, because I feel like I don't know what other players may have already stepped back because of health or mental health. So I don't know that he's the first, but I feel like it sets a necessary precedent.
Right, like, he did it, so I can do it. And it's not like, this really shouldn't matter, but people will take it there. Like, he's not just some fourth-line player.
Right,
you know?
Yeah. But it's like, you never know. These people that have bad years, maybe their mental health tanked.
Right.
And they can't control that. And when that happens, it's going to transfer onto the ice, and you're going to show it in games, and you're not going to get all of the offense or defense or whatever your position is. Like, it won't look good. And then you suffer more from that. And, like, your team suffers, you suffer. Like, it's all just negative. So when people are able to just realize what they need, and what they need is a break to get themselves back together, kudos to him.
Right? Because that's not easy to do in itself, is realizing what you need to do.
Absolutely not.
Especially if it's taking time off from, I mean, anything that you're passionate about, but these players, that's their everyday life from the time that they're children.
Yes.
And so being able to say, I need to step back from this so that I can get back to loving it and loving doing it.
Absolutely.
That's huge. And then being able to talk about it afterwards.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah,
very, very, very proud.
And he's back now. He's playing for the Habs in the preseason.
We just saw him.
Sure did. Sure did. He assisted on Christian Dvorak's goal.
Yeah, he did.
But I'm happy for him. And
absolutely.
It's hard not to root for players who are able and willing to be so open about that.
Oh, 100%. That's why it was easy to...
Robin Lehner?
Yes.
Yes, root for Robin Lehner.
That's the one.
Yeah. And I don't mean that to say it's anything against players who don't come out.
Oh, of course not. No. It's so hard. It's so hard. I can't even imagine how hard it is.
And you don't owe that to anybody. So it's nothing against those players, but it's nice when you can have that
those
representation.
Examples,
and the examples, because we have Juren, we have Lehner, we have Tyler Mott. There's a few other players around the league who have gone through things.
Absolutely.
And talked about it. And I think that's important if you are comfortable enough to be able to talk about it.
Right.
Then it's huge, and I'm glad that he's back. And I hope he has a good season, despite the team that he is on and me hating them currently. But he himself can have a good season.
Right.
Him and the eternally smiling rookie, Cole Caulfield.
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about the pizza guy.
No, we don't talk about him because I'm still mad.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Zdeno Chara. He was drafted by the Islanders originally, back in the 90s.
Oh, fuck, he's old.
And he signed a contract with them to play with them this year.
This year? Really? He's not going to be a Bruin. He's not going to be a Cap.
He's going to be an Islander again.
Wow. This has got to be his last season, right?
I don't know. I keep thinking that. And then he just keeps coming back.
How old is he?
43?
How old is Ovi?
30-something.
He looks older.
44.
Okay.
Chara's 44.
And Ovi just feels like he's been around forever and ever and ever.
36.
Okay. Huh.
Yep. I didn't really expect Chara to come back, and then I saw he signed a contract. I was like, oh.
Is he going to just be the next Jagger?
Maybe.
Just go forever and ever and ever and ever.
The New York Islanders.
Yes.
Also.
Oh.
Signed Eric Gustafsson.
Oh, my God.
To a PTO.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
I'm kind of surprised that he only got a PTO after the playoffs that he had with the Habs.
Yeah.
Since they couldn't score until they brought him in, and then they just went on like a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah.
After bringing in Eric Gustafsson. Which included beating the Leafs. So that was a thing.
Yep.
Coming back to the officiating, like I was going to do earlier.
Okay.
So we were talking about how they don't call things.
Yeah.
Or call things consistently. Apparently this season, did you see this?
No.
That for the 2021-22 season, there will be a tighter standard of enforcement for cross-checking.
Yeah, they mentioned that on the broadcast during the Leafs game. But, like, do they have a more specific definition of it? Or are they just like, oh, we're going to call this more?
I think they're just going to call it more.
Because you could call that on every single defenseman.
Yes.
Like,
literally
by the
all
crease.
the time.
Yeah. I feel like they need to crack down on what that means.
Like goaltender interference?
Yes. Cross-checking, goaltender interference, fucking offside. Like,
we literally have one black and white rule in the NHL, and that's the puck over the glass.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
And then people want to say, well, he didn't mean to do it, so it should be up to the official's discretion. Like, no!
Don't do that! Don't do that! Never do
not
that!
Put any more power
Never
into
do
their
that.
hands. As much as I like the idea when it's against my team.
Absolutely.
Because, like, clearly he didn't mean to do that.
Right.
He wasn't like, oh my god, I'm in a pickle, I need to throw it out. He was just trying to hit the glass, and it didn't. But no. We need something where it's black and white. The puck went over the glass, you're in the penalty box.
Right.
No. But we need all of them to be like this.
There was an illegal face-off during the Leafs game, too, or
there was
face-off penalty.
That was right after the offside review, because I had walked away, and you were like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, so what happened was they were doing the face-off, and he got knocked down, and he hit it with his hand. So, like, obviously you can't do that. Like,
right.
that's pretty clearly stated. It was just weird, because I never see that called.
Yeah, it doesn't get called often.
It doesn't happen often.
It doesn't. I see it more in the AHL than in the NHL.
That's true.
It's kind of a dumb rule, but whatever.
No, I mean, I understand why it's a rule. I mean, there's no hand passing. I mean,
true, except in your defensive zone. You can hand pass in the defensive zone.
See,
so
for what reason?
NHL.
I hate it.
So if you win a face-off with your hand in the defensive zone, shouldn't that technically be the same thing?
See, this is why we need black and white letters.
No, we can't, because this is the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't see color.
Oh, Jesus.
Hockey is for everyone.
Hockey is for everyone, even the gays.
Or so they say. It sounds nice. It's not true.
No.
It should be true.
It should. It very much should.
But alas.
Here we are.
It is not. So, yeah, they're going to crack down on the cross-checking.
Alrighty. I'm excited to see what that leads to.
Do you think it's going to be like the NFL a few years ago, where it was just
every single play was a flag?
Fucking play was a flag.
Oh, that was the worst. It was unwatchable.
That's when I mostly stopped watching.
Yeah.
Because I would watch other games, like, around the league and whatnot. I wouldn't know anything.
Right.
Like, I'd know about the Bears and that's it. But I would watch other games because it's entertaining.
Right.
But not when every fucking play is a flag.
It's exhausting. It's unwatchable. Plain and simple. Like,
they've gotten a little better since then.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, that was a bad year.
Really bad.
It was every fucking play.
It was mind-numbing how, like, you would just know every single play they make, it's going to be a flag.
They'd find some.
For what? For absolutely what?
Even though, of course, there's some sort of penalty happening all the time.
Sure.
That's you just can't play sports without doing it, even if you're not intending to.
Right.
It's full-on contact sports. You're going to do something against the rules. I just wonder if it's going to be like that, or if it's going to start like that, and then, like, after a month, they're like, I'm tired of this. We're just going to go back to the way it was before.
Yeah.
Because I still can't see it being consistent, because nothing about NHL officiating is consistent.
Going back to the NFL.
This is such a football podcast today.
Apparently. No, I was just saying that there was one call. Well, the call that really tops them all was, who was it? Miller? What was his first name? I don't remember. He was the one that fucked up his knee so bad in the end zone catching that ball for a touchdown, and it was never called, like, it was called no catch.
Did he not complete the whatever?
No, you can watch the goal. Like, it...
The goal?
I'm sorry, the touchdown.
We don't know which sport we're talking about.
No, but like you can see the score happening, and like
was this like years ago?
It like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe?
I know what you're talking about then.
Yeah, the bear. But like that one is the call of all calls that should have been standing. But there was one other that happened during the game yesterday.
During the game yesterday?
Yes. Oh, it wasn't quite as extreme as that, but
I just kind of blocked it out at some point. I was like, this is horrible. I'm going to Christmas shop on my phone.
Mom and I were just rolling cookie dough balls the whole time, just like, why?
I was just
why
scrolling
are we doing
through the
this?
internet. Like, this is miserable. I need to buy things for people to make myself feel better.
Yeah, but no,
I'm not sure.
The NFL doesn't know how to call things correctly. And
oh God, no. The one thing that gets me about the NFL. The NFL. Now I'm just combining the two. Tried real hard to say H, but I was like, no, F. After the play, the taunting.
Oh.
The fuck?
Let them express themselves. Let them celebrate.
This is the dumbest fucking shit I have ever heard in my life. What are you going to do? Hurt their feelings?
Right, exactly.
Oh no.
They weren't even allowed to celebrate until like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they started getting creative after like touchdowns
oh my God,
stuff.
some of those celebrations were fucking amazing.
It's great.
They get so creative, and I love it. I fucking love seeing happy athletes.
Yes.
Let them express themselves.
And taunting is a part of sports.
Right.
As long as they're not like crossing a line.
Exactly. Like don't be racist, don't be homophobic, don't be transphobic. Like
don't
just
be xenophobic.
Everything.
Don't be any of the
just
phobics
don't be a
or
phobic.
the isms. But if you're just standing there clapping over a guy like, I got you. Like,
I got you. Exactly. That's...
You fucking serious?
Not allowed.
I would get kicked out of the NFL so fast.
Yeah, I feel
it's just part of sports.
Right. You have to... There has to be some level of disrespect.
Right.
Like...
You're battling against these people.
If there is an opposing player or opposing team, you're going to want to celebrate when something for that team doesn't go right.
Right, because then it goes right for you.
Exactly.
Handshakes are for the end of the game, not the middle of it. We all know that it's like friendly competitiveness. Nobody's out here like, I want to fucking kill you. And if they say that, then yes, that's crossing a line.
It is. Obviously, there
has
to be a line somewhere.
At that point, that's like harassment.
Exactly. But it just seems like it should be so simple. And
taunting?
I don't like when players aren't allowed to be themselves or show any type of personality or I don't know.
I don't know if they called this shit before or if it's new this season.
Taunting?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was already a rule.
Was it?
I think. I don't know. I don't follow the NFL that closely.
I just know that I saw it in one Bears game this season. It might have been the first game or the second game. I don't know. I was just like, taunting? What? You're calling taunting? Could you imagine? In the NHL, they're like, taunting.
Wait, so like in the AHL, there's... unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, but that's kind of...
But where is that line?
The officials. It's up to their discretion.
Can we stop leaving things up to them? I know that's their job, but it doesn't work.
It really doesn't.
It just doesn't.
It really doesn't. I don't know. You can't be over the top with your taunting, but after the whistles, you have all of the chirping back and forth.
Right, so how is that not unsportsmanlike conduct?
Right. I honestly don't know. It's because we don't know what they say on the ice, which is probably
for the best. Yes, I feel like there would be a lot more players that we weren't fond of if we knew everything they said.
Oh yeah, but I just hope that taunting as a penalty never comes to the NHL.
No,
because it's so fucking dumb. It's dumb. What if they're not even saying anything? They're just clapping over somebody.
Well, that's like celebrating after a goal,
but.
Celebrating after a goal.
Right.
Like, can they not? I don't... that's not unsportsmanlike, but
celebrating something good that you do in a sport means that something went wrong for the other team.
And right for you.
Yeah, so of course it's disrespectful.
That's the whole...
But you can have, like, levels of disrespect.
Oh, 100,000%.
Competitive disrespect, not Tony D'Angelo competitive disrespect.
We're not racist we're not competitive because we're racist.
No, racist because we're competitive.
That's the one.
Get it right, Jacqueline.
I'm sorry, I just got everything all mixed up.
You got... But yeah. There's lines you don't cross, but if...
That should go without saying.
Exactly.
It's common sense.
And that's the shit that's why you have unsportsmanlike conduct. Because they have that
is
shit
where
in the
the
NFL
line
too,
is.
right?
Yes.
So what the fuck? How do you have that and taunting?
I don't know.
This isn't a football podcast,
It's not.
but that shit blew my fucking mind. Taunting. All right. Moving on.
Hockey.
Back to the COVID, like I said we were going to get to.
The COVID, okay.
The COVID. So this tweet was from September 16th, so it was even before we recorded last week. But we didn't really talk about hockey because it was impromptu recording. It was a tweet from Frank Saravalli, and he said, at the NHL Player Media Tour in Chicago, Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly tells Daily Faceoff the league is projecting 98% of players will be fully vaccinated prior to the start of the season.
Wow.
Expectation is 10 to 15 total players will be unvaccinated, subject to more stringent protocols. And then...
Go ahead.
What are you going to say?
No,
something?
go ahead.
All right. This came a couple of days ago, 5 days, 22nd, from Complete Hockey News. Edmonton Oilers general manager Ken Holland says the club has one unvaccinated player heading into training camp. Holland says he expects the player to miss at minimum 30 games this season due to border crossing quarantining.
I was going to say, yeah.
And then...
So he can't play in Canada, right? Is that what it is?
He's an Oiler, so he can play in Canada.
Oh, he can't play in the U.S. But there's so many more...
It's the quarantining.
Right.
So you have to quarantine for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So he'd have to miss those games. But, like, if you go on a trip to California and you hit all the teams, so I guess now that probably includes Seattle, too.
Yeah.
You could join them on the latter half of a road trip. And then you have Tyler Bertuzzi in Detroit. They just came out and named names. They were like, this is the guy. This is our guy that's not fucking vaccinated. There's one, and we are naming names, and I love it. But God bless Stevie
Hair's
Eisen.
doing a loopy thing.
Of course it is. It's too fucking long. So Tyler Bertuzzi is not vaccinated. Personal choice from him. They came out and said that he can't play in Canada.
Oh, that's the one that can't play in Canada.
He can't play in Canada. So these players... And I don't think we know who the Oiler is. If they said it, I didn't see it. But Tyler Bertuzzi is an everyday player. Like,
absolutely.
He's not somebody that just rotates in and out of the lineup.
Mm-hmm. He's...
Yeah. And with hockey being one of those sports where clearly we see the players like everything for the team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how now these guys are willing to sit out games to not get a shot when the rest of the fucking league is vaccinated.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, yes, you do have that choice, and you took it, but you at some point you have to use your brain. And so he's just willingly not going to play in Canada because he doesn't want to get the shot.
What are you gaining at this point by not getting vaccinated? Like, are you just saying, I can do this to own the libs, or like what?
Pretty much. Dying to own the libs.
Dying to.
Would rather die than get vaxxed is
would rather
truly what some people think.
Would rather get others sick.
Yeah.
Because personal choice.
Yeah. So is he willing to get the rest of his team sick? We saw what Vancouver fucking went through last year, and that was horrible.
Yes. The only reason that I got vaccinated was because I did not want to possibly pass it on to someone.
Right.
And kill them. Like,
exactly.
It's because I care about those around me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still wearing a mask everywhere I go.
Same.
I'm pretty sure that Illinois reinstated a mask mandate, but
I think so.
It's not being enforced at all.
It's definitely not very harshly being enforced.
No, but like, I don't know when I'm going to stop wearing a mask. I feel so much more comfortable wearing one.
Right?
Just for my own anxieties and...
Yeah, it literally does not bother me at all.
Not at all. I feel almost more secure. Like...
Right?
Like, I don't know.
Same.
I
don't have to worry about what my mouth is doing.
Exactly, yeah. I don't have to worry about anything with my eyes.
Yeah,
but
right?
Like, I just don't understand the logic behind sacrificing so much on your team's behalf.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It really makes me wonder what the other guys in the locker room think about these specific players. Because at this point, it's like one guy on a team. But not every team. Because most teams are fully vaccinated. So it's just like one guy here and there. There's not like a clump of them somewhere. So you have this whole room that's vaccinated. Except this one motherfucker who now can't play tonight because he didn't want to get the fucking shot. How is that going to go over?
I don't get it at all. I just don't. I have tried every way to wrap my mind around the logic of these people, and hearing the conspiracy theories and the...
Why do you think you're so important?
Why? Why? Like...
You really think the government's trying to track you?
That, and then like, are you afraid of it hurting you? Because that's like what, 0.002% of people have a reaction to it.
Yeah, you're like, way more likely to die in a car accident leaving your house.
100%. But it's like, do you know anyone who got
sick from?
Like, I mean, after the first couple days.
Like, you have like the typical reaction like you do to a fucking flu shot. But anybody who had negative effects, no.
No, I don't know a single person. And
I'm pretty sure everybody, well, not everybody I know, because I know that there's people I know that aren't vaccinated, but everybody who I consider close to me, I believe is, at least like physical proximity, I know that everybody close to me is vaccinated.
Definitely.
I don't want to hang out with unvaccinated people.
And like,
you trying to fucking kill me? What?
It's like, I get it, my body, my choice.
But sure, like, but this affects other people, not just you.
Bingo.
You can say my body, my choice when that choice only affects you.
Only affects your body.
But this doesn't. It's a fucking pandemic.
I don't know what they don't understand.
They don't care.
I don't get it. They tried so hard.
They don't care to understand. Because then they'd have to admit they were wrong. And people are very bad at doing that. It's okay to think one thing. Like, very strongly even.
Absolutely.
Gain new information.
Yeah.
And change your mind.
Learn.
That's
knowledge
what
is
education
power.
is. Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
I have thought some very fucking dumb things in my life.
Absolutely.
And then I learn about them. I'm like, I was wrong.
It's so easy to say. It's so easy to just educate yourself more.
Yeah. Your life gets so much easier when you're willing to admit you were wrong about something.
More people need to do that.
Your relationships will be
It's really fucking hard.
Absolutely.
So hard, but it's so worth it.
Especially when you're not used to it and you just accept that you're going to try to start doing this, because it definitely provokes a shame spiral. Because nobody wants to be wrong, which is understandable. But if you're willing to say that you were wrong, people are going to respect you more. And your relationships will be stronger.
Absolutely.
And you'll have the right type of people in your life. This is getting way off course, but the thing that I've learned is that you have to be willing to have hard conversations with people.
Oh, yeah.
And actually listen to them and not get heated. It doesn't matter if you are on two complete opposite sides, because once a conversation gets escalated, it's not productive anymore. Because then you're both just mad. And nothing gets solved when two people are angry, because then you just feel your feelings and believe your beliefs even harder, because you're like, no, I have to be right. So you have to be able to actually talk to people and have those hard conversations, which is so difficult.
Some of the hardest conversations that I've ever had have not only brought me closer to that person that I had the conversation with, but it opened my eyes to different perspectives that I never would have seen. And it's so, when the other person that you're in this conversation with has an open mind and is really going to listen to you, and you are going to listen to them, dude, effective communication makes my heart explode.
It makes such a difference.
It's so much better.
Even if at the end of the whole conversation, two people or however many people are involved leave without changing their mind at all, and they still disagree about something, you're going to learn something, and you're going to take something away from it.
Absolutely.
Even if you still fully believe what you believed before, you're going to be able to see that other side.
That's just it. The other day, I heard something that was like, it's not about making them see your perspective, it's about you learning their perspective. And I think just having that perspective on these hard conversations, yes, it changes everything. If you go into something trying to understand the other person rather than yelling your side, like it's so much different, and so effective communication just makes me really happy.
Yeah, because as much as you try, you can't beat your beliefs into somebody else.
Nope.
Like, you can get them to hear you, but you can't get them to listen to you. And so if you go into the conversation, like you said, with the intention of hearing their side of it and understanding them, instead of just being like, this is what I believe and you have to hear me and you have to believe it too, then you're going to know how to communicate with them, because you're going to know where they're coming from. Yes. So then you can relate at certain points and be like, I see that this is why you believe this, and this is why I believe differently. Do you understand, or do I need to explain it better? Things like that.
We could have a whole nother podcast just talking about effective communication.
Really
it's so important.
That would be somewhat ironic, wouldn't it? A podcast about communication.
I mean, you know.
But it really is so important, and it changes everything.
Absolutely.
And that's something that you learn how to do the older you get, really.
Oh, for sure. It takes time. It takes a lot of growth.
It takes commitment to do it.
You have to want to.
Yeah.
Is the thing. And too many people don't want to.
Because it's hard.
It's really fucking hard.
And that's understandable.
For sure. But you have to open your eyes even just a little bit and try to hear the other person and what they mean, what they are passionate about, like whatever the topic is.
Yeah. And the most interesting thing, I think, that comes away from all of that is that even if you disagree on major points, there's going to be a lot more that you agree about than you don't. And then you're going to see them completely differently.
Absolutely.
And it's very interesting.
Yes. How did we get here? Vaccinations.
Yeah, something about vaccinations. Our team is 100% vaccinated.
Hey!
The captain did it.
He did it.
You called his ass out last time.
I just couldn't see him. I mean, that was just totally based on not knowing him at all. Just like, well, hi, Butter. Okay.
Usually it's not that cat that
usually
comes and
it's
joins
baby.
us.
All right.
They're all thrown off because of these floors, I swear to God. Yeah, the Leafs and the Hawks are both vaccinated.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, so that was a nice surprise. All of these teams were opening training camp and, like, coming out with, like, we're 100% vaccinated, or fucking Tyler Bertuzzi's not vaccinated. And I was like, oh no, the Hawks are starting so much later than everybody else. I have to just wait. But they're 100%. I don't know if all of the prospects and IceHogs are.
See, that was my next question.
But everybody, at least at camp, is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I hope we get notified just as a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have the right to know
if the
team.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. If the team is vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
And I really hope. Go ahead.
No, I think we were about to say the same thing.
I really hope that the IceHogs have some sort of protocols in place. Like, you have to be vaccinated, or you have to have
a negative test.
We live in Rockford, Illinois. It's not going to be you have to be vaccinated, but I hope that you have to at least get a negative test.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they say vaccinations are encouraged.
They can't say mandatory.
Because we live in Rockford, Illinois.
But
we're not close enough to Chicago. We are so close. Not close enough. It's a headache out here. But I hope that they do something, and that they require, at the very minimum, that they require masks inside of the BMAC.
Oh, please, God, yeah. It's just hard because, there's food and there's drinks. And
true, but I mean, I guess that comes with restaurants, too.
True, and I've been to restaurants.
Oh, I've been a couple of times, and I hate it.
Yeah, the whole time. I'm just like...
I think I've been... Restaurants, 2... in the last while.
Year and a half.
Yeah, and then there was the wedding. With the reception was inside. I don't consider that a restaurant, but I guess it's somewhat similar. But I got fucking sick after it, so... Not COVID again. I got tested twice.
Not that.
It wasn't COVID. I got a cold. I make sure to get tested. I get tested every fucking week. I haven't gotten tested this week, so I had to get up so goddamn early.
All right. Monday mornings are your...
Yeah, well, now I got floors instead. But I've only seen you and my dad, so...
Yeah. I'm all clear.
Mm-hmm. So I hope they do something. I was tweeting at them for a while. And they said...
Hawks?
The IceHogs?
IceHogs.
And they said that they'd have information soon about, like, game day things and giveaways. I want
information now.
We're getting close, guys. It's almost October. I know you don't fucking open your home doors until November because you're doing renovations, but you should probably have these things figured out. Because we also need to get our fucking tickets.
Right, yeah. I haven't heard anything about it. I think I still need to call Ryan back.
Whoops.
I don't think I ever called him back.
I never got a call, so... I know they called me...
full season ticket holder. They know that.
They already have our money for the season.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's from last season.
Are they, because they cut the schedule down by like 2 games or 4 games or whatever, are they just wondering what we want to do with those extra tickets that we already paid for? Because they did send us like a game plan of all of our options.
An email.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it quickly here. I get a lot of emails. It shouldn't be that hard to find.
No.
Should be just from the Rockford IceHogs.
Yes.
There we go. Rockford IceHogs season ticket holders update from September 7th, 20 days ago.
Okay.
Within the next 3 weeks, a representative from the Rockford IceHogs or BMO Harris Bank Center will be contacting you to review the status of your season ticket account. Maybe they did, and I just didn't check my voicemail. That's highly possible. It doesn't always tell me when I get a voicemail.
Mine wasn't either. I had to, do some shit with it, because it didn't give me voicemails for, a month and a half, and I didn't realize.
Yeah, if I, clicked on voicemail, then I saw them, I was like, oh, whoops. But it doesn't pop up one new voicemail.
Is that something you could change in your settings?
I don't know. I don't really care. Nobody calls me. I just want my tickets.
Yep.
Anyway, as previously announced, the AHL has adjusted their 2021-22 regular season schedule, resulting in a total of 36 home games, 2 games fewer than what was played in previous seasons. If you have already paid in full, yes, for the upcoming season, a credit will be placed on your account equal to the value of 2 dropped games. Woo, like $20.
Right.
We still have fucking piggy bank cards from losing part of the last season we were allowed to go to. Oh my gosh. No wonder they're such a clusterfuck. They've got all this shit to forget. With this credit, you'll have a few options to choose from. Apply your credit to add additional individual game tickets for family and friends. Apply it to upgraded tickets during the upcoming season, such as club level seating. Apply it to the purchase of 2022 Calder Cup playoff tickets.
You think we're going to make the playoffs?
Don't choose that one, guys.
Don't do that.
Don't choose that option.
Well, what if we don't make the playoffs then? Do you just lose out? Like you're just betting on it?
They probably fucking roll it over again, so then they gotta figure that shit out all over again. Can't you just like leave it on my account so it goes towards the next season? That's what I want. Why is that not on here? Fuck the playoffs. They're not going to make it. Just put it toward next season.
Yeah.
Give me 2 games off for next year. What?
So you can apply it to like a suite?
Yeah, I guess.
Huh.
You'd still have to pay the remainder, I guess.
What if I used both my tickets for that? I don't know.
What if we combined all 4 tickets?
Ooh. Get our own little box suite.
Yeah, but whenever we're not in our seats, they don't win.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's not
we
like
have
they
to
win
be.
when we're in our
Stop
seats.
it. We have to be in our seats. We are from center ice.
We are. We have to be at center ice. Otherwise, we are lying to the people.
Can't do that.
We haven't been at center ice in a long time.
It's been so long. So long.
What, a year and a half?
Yeah, because it was last March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Colin shutout game.
Yep.
4-0.
4-0.
Went out on a banger. Shit, that was a long time ago.
Did he get injured like yesterday?
I don't know what's happening with our goaltenders.
Okay. Because I thought I saw something about Delia leaving early for some reason.
One of them was on COVID protocol. Then
that was Lankinen.
Lanks.
Yeah.
And then I think Colin had non-COVID related illness, or somebody did.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just know Lank's cleared.
Yeah.
Like he's cleared to play.
Yeah, they must have just been in contact with somebody who was suspected to have it or something. I don't know. Because they're all vaccinated, so I don't know. But what I was not anticipating coming into this season was once again having to read the words COVID protocol. I kind of forgot. I blocked that out.
Yeah.
And so the first time I saw it, it killed my soul a little. I was like, oh, we're still here. We're still here.
We are. It is still the COVID times.
One day, we will not have to see the words COVID protocol in relation to
be a while.
our line. I know. What I'm hoping is that since all of these players are vaccinated, it's going to at least, like, pick off some of the fans that were hesitant. Not like the anti-vax, but like, but then like, I mean, all of these guys are, and they're fine, so whatever. I just want to go to a game and enjoy it and not have to worry about shit, just give me the shot. I'm hoping that's what happens. I'm not holding my breath. I'm sure
there'll at least be a few. At the very least.
Yes.
They're going to change their minds.
And that's great. Even if it's just a few, I hope it's more.
For sure.
Even if it's just a few, that's more people that are vaccinated and keeping themselves and their families as safe as they possibly can. So, oh, gosh.
What else we got?
John Tavares is back.
Right. He's not decapitated or dead or anything.
Fuck. I can't believe he's back already.
I had to show that video to my brother's friend on Friday because he didn't know about it.
He didn't know about it? He's a hockey player and he didn't know about it?
Yeah, apparently he doesn't follow the whole league very well.
Yeah, but it was, you couldn't miss it. It was literally everywhere, and that was the problem.
Yeah, you can still look it up and see it from 18 different angles. And
over and over.
In slow motion and then in full motion.
But he's back, and I hope that he's actually back to 100%, which is very hard to believe, but I hope that he is, and I hope that he is healthy.
Didn't he have, like...
He had a neck problem, too.
A neck? I thought it was a knee from when he fell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knee. One of those.
Well, clearly he had a neck problem.
Yeah. But, there was a lot going on there.
But yeah, the whole knee thing.
I never want to see anything like that ever again.
No, dear God, no. Fuck. And I know it was all an accident. Nothing was ever
1,000%
intended to go that way.
Still
but
fucking
goddamn.
traumatic as all fuck. And I just can't imagine his family sitting there watching that. Because it was horrible just for us as people who don't know him.
It looked like he was dead. Mm-hmm. Like he just died. Can we not talk about this? Okay, I'm sorry.
How do you think the Leafs are going to do this year?
Ooh, it depends on if we're going off of this preseason game.
Or if the last playoffs.
Those two.
Ostan is injured. He's coming back from wrist surgery.
Something like that, yeah.
So how do you think him and Mitch are going to do this year? You think they're going to come back and be the point producers that they have been? Or did that playoff run just
not count,
demoralize them?
I would like to see them come back and be monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to actually expect, though, because this is one of the teams that could go either way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know. I don't see them being as good as they were last year. Mm-mm. Like the team as a whole, I don't see them being as good as they were last year.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just a feling.
Okay.
Like your Vegas isn't going to win.
I get it.
It's not their year. It's never the fucking year for the Leafs. But I don't feel like they're going to be as good. I feel like there is, unfortunately, a big question mark over Austin and Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not to the point where Marner has to trend every fucking day in Canada. That's ridiculous. Yeah. But there is a question mark there.
Of course.
People need to calm the fuck down, but...
Stop contacting athletes on their social media.
It's gross.
Like, you can talk about them, that's fine, but you don't have to tag them. That's just fucking weird.
Yeah, and don't attack them as people. That's where it
that's
really
weirdo
crosses
behavior.
the line.
Don't do that.
Yeah, talk about the on-ice stuff, unless they're really fucking idiots like Tony D'Angelo. But
that's different.
Yeah, that's a big transgression right there.
Oh, a fancy mistake.
Fancy mistake. Yeah, I mean, they're going to make the playoffs because I feel like they're not going to fuck up that badly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a question mark with those two, and I feel like there's a big question mark in net.
Yeah.
Because this is the first year in a long time, and the first year for this core without Frederik Andersen.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was injured for most of last year, and Jack Campbell had an amazing run.
He did.
And amazing regular season. He was fantastic in the playoffs. He was leading goalie stats basically until the Stanley Cup final. It was ridiculous. Right. But now they have Jack Campbell, they have Petr Mrazek, and neither of those goaltenders can stay healthy. Mrazek's coming off of a huge injury last year. He missed a ton of time. He played one game for the Chicago Wolves because it was on a rehab stint.
Thanks.
So are they going to stay healthy? Are we going to see Hutchinson as the starter for a while? Yeah.
He is still there, huh?
He is. I hope that both of them are just back at 100% and nothing happens to them, obviously.
Clearly.
But we also don't know how they're going to play because I don't think Campbell will be as lights out as he was last year. I think he'll still be very good.
Mm-hmm. But I just feel like it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, wow, he had a fucking year last year. And we don't know what Petr Mrazek's going to look like. We know what Mrazek looked like as a Carolina Hurricane.
Obviously.
And he was very good coming back off of the injury for the Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. But the Hurricanes also have one of the better defenses in the league. And now he's on the Toronto Maple Leafs, which don't. Better defense than they had a few seasons ago, but they also lost Zach Bogosian this offseason.
Right.
So, I feel like there's just so many questions around this team. And I feel like this last playoff loss was just especially demoralizing for everybody. And I don't know if it was just like the apathy of the fans. There's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I feel that.
We
like,
knew it was going to happen. Like,
yeah.
Imagine being a player and seeing that. Your fans just like,
ouch.
Yeah. Like, we're upset and it sucks.
But it is what it is. And I saw it coming.
Yeah. This is what was always going to happen. And, like, it's on the players for not getting up to that level and winning. But imagine seeing that. You're like, fuck. Like, that's especially demoralizing. And even without the fan reaction, I feel like for themselves, it was especially demoralizing because they had such a great year. Like, Austin won the Rocket Richard, scored the most goals in the league, and
I still can't believe it was him.
I know. And then
it didn't feel like it at all.
It really didn't. And then you go back to Campbell having that fantastic year. Those two things alone should have gotten them past the first round. But then Austin and Mitch disappeared. And that's really what it comes down to, is they disappeared. And yeah, they lost their captain, but then they also won 3 games after that. They did not win that 4th game. They won 3 games after that. So you can't use that as an excuse, like we've said so many times before. It came down to those two simply not producing. And if the Leafs are going to go anywhere, yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
It's so much pressure. But
you look at the teams who do win, the guys who have all the pressure on them, do the thing.
That's that. You're not wrong.
Like, if the Blackhawks in their 3 and 6 years, if Patrick Kane had put in a playoff run like those two did, we don't win any of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
If Toews puts in a playoff run like either of them, we don't win any of them. Like, you need your top guys to be your top guys. And yes, in the playoffs, it's a lot of it relies on the depth of your team because the top guys are going to be canceling each other out.
Yeah.
But you need the top guys to cancel each other out.
You sure do. Otherwise, the whole thing just starts crumbling down.
Maple Leafs!
Oh, no.
They finally had the goaltending. And then they couldn't score.
Oh, God.
When before,
so frustrating.
But then Freddie couldn't stop a fucking beach ball. So I don't know how the Leafs are going to do this year.
I don't either.
And that's kind of terrifying to me. Because at least when the Hawks were sucking, the Leafs were fun to watch. Now they're not fun to watch anymore. Because they can't get it done.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's absolutely correct. I mean,
like, yeah, you'll have those moments in the regular season when it'll be like, oh my God, what did they just do? Holy shit. But only they can do that.
It shouldn't be like a every game thing.
Right.
Like.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't have a good feeling anymore. I mean, not that I don't even know if I did to begin with, but I for sure don't now.
Oh, no. I've turned it depressing and it's not even the end.
Oh, fuck.
Well.
What else we got?
I'll say they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. And not get past the first round?
I don't see it, honestly.
That's fair.
I can't see them doing it. I cannot see this team, as it is constructed, winning the first round.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Please.
That's on y'all. Because nobody expects you to do it.
No.
And maybe that's the point where you need to get to, is not having those expectations. And yeah, you look at some of the great teams who have done it. Tampa Bay going back to back. They had so many playoff years of disappointment. Got swept by the fucking Blue Jackets. Like, they had a lot of sadness in the playoffs, but they could get past the first fucking round a couple of times.
Yeah.
They went to the Stanley Cup final in 2015. We know what happened there. Hawks beat them.
Did you really need to say that?
Yeah, I did. Just in case anybody forgot. Crawford got a shutout in the last game.
Hey.
But I don't see this Leafs roster doing it, and I don't know why. I mean, probably because they haven't.
Because they haven't,
so
yeah.
I don't have that image in my head, so I can't see it. But I have no faith that they can. So they'll make it to the first round. Yep. Again. Hopefully it's not Boston or Montreal. We got to add somebody new to the mix.
It's always going to be Boston.
They had Washington that one year, but that was kind of a one-off. We need to... And then there was Columbus in the play-in round and the... Leafs! Holy fuck, my dudes! Let's talk about the Blackhawks.
What about them?
Oh, gosh. Well, before we get to, like, on-ice hockey stuff, Patrick Sharp is going to coaching.
Really?
Well, he's going to be a coaching advisor at the University of Vermont.
Okay.
He played there for 2 years, from 2000 to 2002.
Interesting.
Yep, so he's leaving broadcasting.
I was going to say, yeah, he's not going to be on the television.
Which kind of sucks.
No more.
The bug just flew in front of my face. You brought them with you.
No!
Yeah, so he's going to be a coaching advisor. Yeah. And then the Blackhawks will have number 35 behind the net to honor Tony Esposito.
Oh, it's on all of their jerseys,
too. Chest patch, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it's going to be on the ice, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's not so nice...
Here we go.
I told you it was in my notes. Here it is. So, going back to the sexual assault allegations.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, this is a tweet from Scott Powers from 3 days ago, and this one doesn't really have to do with the Blackhawks, but Miami, Ohio University, which is where he went after the Hawks, has released its independent report of Bradley Aldrich. The report found the university made an, quote, appropriate and reasonable response, end quote, to the multiple sexual allegations against Aldrich.
What does that mean? That they're
Fuck if I know.
Off the hook?
Yeah, or so they think they are.
Because...
I don't know.
I mean, if they felt they had an appropriate response...
I guess. But so did the Hawks eventually.
You're right. Not when they should have,
nope.
But...
Nope.
Huh. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, it's not good.
No.
Clearly.
No.
It's not good, but I don't really know.
I don't really know what that means, but that was the latest news there.
Yeah.
And then this tweet was from Mark Lazarus on the 17th of September. Patrick Kane told me he has participated in the Jenner and Block investigation, called the allegations, quote-unquote, disturbing, and he, quote-unquote, feels for John Doe, but said he didn't know of it at the time and never saw or heard any homophobic bullying in the years after.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying.
I mean...
I don't really want to speculate toward who, because it looks bad on both sides.
Yeah, no.
But somebody's not telling the truth. And really all that it boils down to is Bradley Aldrich is a disgusting human being.
Absolutely.
And the Hawks took action, but they took action way too late because they cared about their success on the ice more than taking care of their players, and that's disgusting.
Is it...
Did you catch it? No?
I thought I did.
I hate when that happens. It's like they're so small, you push them away when you go to grab them.
I could have sworn. I don't even know what to say because, I mean, it just sounds like more of the same shit that we've been hearing.
Pretty much.
It's not news. Like, all of this has been said already.
Yeah, the only real news is that Kane participated with the investigation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess if he told them that, he truly believes it, or you would hope so, that he truly believes it.
But I mean, he's had his own allegations and all that stuff. But
yes, but this is kind of...
So
I guess you're not really legally bound to tell the truth.
No.
Because you're not on
trial or anything. But
you're not on the stand.
So it's hard to give his words a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Not saying that he's lying.
No.
I don't have any idea what happened or his involvement or anything.
I would just also want somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, Toews kind of did say the same thing.
I mean, he said it was disturbing, and he said
he didn't know about it at the time. I want a non current Blackhawks player to say the same thing. Mm-hmm. If it's true. If it's true, I want them to say the same thing. Because we've heard from non-current Blackhawks players who said the opposite. Mm-hmm. And so I want to hear the more positive side from an ex-Blackhawks player. Mm-hmm. If it's true.
Of course.
Asterisk, if it's true.
Yes.
If it's not true, I don't want to hear it because I don't want them to just be lying.
Right.
But if it's true, I want somebody who is not currently tied to the Blackhawks organization, such as their captain or fucking Patrick Kane, to say that.
Exactly.
I don't know who that would be. I have no idea. You got plenty of people involved.
Oh, absolutely.
It would have to be somebody who's not playing any longer.
Of course, yeah, somebody that's...
I was going to say, maybe Quenneville, but no, he's not going to say anything. He's
of course
fucking
not.
head coach of the Florida
Yeah,
Panthers.
he's got a lot to lose if...
Yeah, he said he would participate.
Participate?
He said he would participate, but he's not going to come out and say anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's the latest that I've heard. If there's been another development after that, I haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. So we know at least he participated. And if he did, I'm assuming that Toews did.
Oh, for sure.
I would just have to assume. Mm-hmm. But maybe he didn't. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
Moving on from that into more positive things. This was a tweet from Daniel Greenberg on the 18th of September. Okay. Chicago Blackhawks goalie Marc-Andre Fleury said that he's happy about being in Chicago and that he likes how the team is built. He said he appreciated Stan Bowman giving him space after the trade. He also said Jonathan Toews looks good. And all of that was from the 31 Thoughts podcast, but it was tweeted out by Daniel Greenberg.
All right. Well, good to hear.
Yes. And then this was a tweet from today from Carter Baum.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Lankinen. God, you've infected me. Says he was, quote unquote, pretty pumped when he found out about the Blackhawks acquiring Marc-Andre Fleury. Quote, if you want to be the best someday, you've got to learn from the best. End quote.
My heart.
Yes.
Baby goalie.
So that was sweet. And something that's not very sweet, but also kind of confusing. This was from the 17th, so 10 days ago.
Okay.
Fleury has a new mask, and his mask designer said that he had 3 designs denied by the Blackhawks over racial tensions. And then Jay Zawoski tweeted out, interesting. I mean, the logo itself is a Native American, so I'm not sure what they deny. I can't imagine Marc-Andre Fleury wanting anything worse than the logo, right? Tomahawks, they're on the jersey.
Right. So I feel like they have to release them for my own curiosity.
I know, right? Like, I understand why you wouldn't, because you don't want...
Of course.
But I also can't see Fleury wanting something...
No, absolutely not. So, like, I obviously know the logo is problematic and controversial.
I just want to know what was so bad that the team shot it down.
Right.
Like, not just the court of public opinion here.
No. The actual Blackhawks higher-ups.
I don't know.
Me either. The curiosity.
I know. These are the things that I hate reading because I'm just so curious.
It's gonna
what
keep
are
me up
they?
At night. Like, what could he possibly have wanted?
Right. That's just so controversial.
Racial tensions. It's clearly about the logo.
But they still have the logo.
It's the logo. Can he not have the logo?
Dude, at this point, I really wish they'd just fucking change it.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of this.
Just make us the Blackhawks. And
birds.
Yeah.
Helicopter? Is it a plane or a helicopter?
A Blackhawk?
A Blackhawk.
I think it's a helicopter. I could be very wrong about that.
Yeah, like you could make us an aviation thing of sort. I don't know. I guess you'd be competing with the jets.
It is a helicopter.
A helicopter. Make us the helicopters.
I don't know about that one.
I feel like you could think of something more Chicago related.
Choppers.
No.
The Chicago Choppers.
I hate that. That sounds like a soccer team.
It does. It does.
I don't know why soccer specifically, but it sounds like a soccer team.
I feel it.
Even though Chicago's is the Chicago Fire.
Yes. Those are very vastly different things. But
they are, but it's also Chicago related. But I feel like you could think of something that, you know.
I mean, you could just make us black hawks, like the bird. Like,
you could.
We already have Tommy.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to change the mascot.
I don't know.
I still don't ever see them doing it.
I feel like they're going to be forced into it.
They've really dug their heels in.
I know. And they have the blessing or whatever.
Yeah, like
they do stuff.
They attempt. An attempt has been made. It's not up to me to say if it's enough or not.
Oh, no, not at all.
They've made an attempt to work with Native American communities in the Chicagoland area. Isn't Chicago itself a Native word?
I believe so, yes. Illinois is a Native word.
Most things in this country are, and yet people still refuse to respect them. Even though basically everything we have is because of Native American cultures and stolen land.
Stolen land, genocide, all the great stuff that makes us American.
Check them all off the list. Just go right down that checklist of horrible. Yeah.
Welcome to America.
A whole different fucking conversation.
What else we got?
The training camp roster. Just go
right into it. All right.
But I will say, going back to Fleury, his new pads are so beautiful.
Oh, I love them.
I love the retro look. I'm sure it's a throwback to Tonio.
Yes.
And, oh my God, they're beautiful.
But they look so good.
I can't wait to see them on the ice.
Yes.
Like more so than just training camp. I want to see them in a game.
Yeah.
Which they play on Wednesday against Detroit.
They do. Also, his actual new mask is not a new mask because it still has the Golden Knights logo on the inside right here. And
I heard
that. It's on the back too. So I know, is it just because that was already broken in and you know how it feels, or is it a hard thing to break in a new mask? Is it?
I don't know. Do we know that it's not a new mask?
Why would he put?
To remind them of what they lost as he's winning games for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks. Oh my God.
That'd be some petty shit I'm here for.
It would.
I like that.
Can you see Fleury being that petty though? Actually, I feel like he's low-key petty.
I would be.
He comes off as...
His fucking agent tweeted out the sword picture through his back when he was in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, having some Vegas things on his mask, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Trading me for literally nothing.
Literally! Not a goddamn thing!
Nothing!
Not a single...
Because they terminated the contract with Hackerainen.
Person...
Literally nothing for Marc-Andre Fleury.
Marc-Andre Fleury for nothing. Nothing.
We keep talking about how we don't remember a lot of the things that happened this offseason and about how time doesn't make sense with how everything went. And I think it's because of that.
Yeah.
There's
Fleury kicked it off.
That one thing that makes so little sense that absolutely nothing makes sense about what happened since the cup was awarded to Tampa Bay. Nothing has happened, but everything has happened at the same time.
All of it.
Because this team is completely different than what it was last year.
I don't know about this one, guys.
All right, so let me give you the training camp roster. Now that we're 2 hours in, let's talk about training camp. Holy hell. Okay, so the forwards, they have them listed alphabetically. So here we go. Andre, say it with me. Alti Barmakian. It's easy.
It is.
Fuck, man.
It's simple.
Listening to other announcers just
butcher it
and not make any attempt to fix it, and then make fun of themselves for saying it wrong.
Just look at the word and sound it out.
It's literally said how it looks. Andre Alti-Barmakian. It's easy.
That's it.
Evan Barrett, Henrik Bjorkstrom, DJ Buzzdecker, Ryan Carpenter, who I absolutely forgot was with the Blackhawks, and I don't know how, but I did. Mate Halupa, Brett Connolly, also forgot he was with the Blackhawks. Colton Doc, Kirby Doc.
He's hurt though, right? Colton?
Yes. Okay. Shoulder?
Maybe. I want to say yeah.
Kubalik was also injured, wasn't he?
I didn't see that, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Alex DeBrincat, Mackenzie Entwistle, Liam Folks.
Who's that?
I think that was amateur tryout or a professional tryout contract. Okay. I don't know who he is.
All right.
Adam Gaudette, Carson Jasevich, Brandon Hagel, Mike Hardman, Cale Howarth, Reese Johnson, Tyler Johnson, Patrick Kane, Jujar Kara, Dominic Kubalik, Philip Khrushchev, Jalen Lipin, Riley McKay, Dylan McLaughlin, Garrett Mitchell. Now we're just naming ice hogs.
Right?
Cam Morrison, Alex Nylander, Dmitry Osipov is a fucking forward.
What? Yeah, what?
Bless you.
What do you
I know,
mean?
I'm allergic to that. Too.
Yeah, what? Who?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
What do you mean he's a forward?
That was my thought process too. When I saw
That's gotta be a mistake, right?
It's not.
No?
No. I saw it when I was looking at the roster for the prospect showcase. I was like, clearly this is a mistake, and they typed this wrong. And then he was on the fucking first line with Reichel and Doc. I was like, huh? Why is he a forward? He's, what? Huh?
Everything about him is a defenseman.
He don't put up points.
No.
He just throw fists in people's mouths.
All right. Well, I hope we get. You think he's going to stay up or he's coming back down?
No, he's going to Rockford.
Okay. Well, I hope we get a meetup at some point because I would like to ask him.
Me too. What happened? Why are you a forward now?
Forward. What occurred? Something has occurred.
Something has occurred. You wanted Matt Carruth to be a forward, but you're going to have to settle for Dmitry Osipov.
I guess, but I don't know.
I wonder how long that's going to last. I think he shifts back to defense at some point.
Agree.
Jakob Poor, Lukas Reichel, Josiah Slavin, Dylan Strome. Also forgot he was with the Blackhawks still.
Is he healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I can't believe they haven't traded him yet.
I'm saying time isn't real. I don't know half of these people.
Like, all of these names are
Not
familiar to me, but I'm like...
Yeah.
What?
I
think it's just from being away from them for so long and not seeing them in person. I don't know.
Again, I feel super disconnected. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Michael Tepley, Jonathan Toews, Chris Wilkie, and Chad Yetman. On defense. We have the 2021 first-round draft pick, Nolan Allen. Oh. He didn't look as bad as I was expecting at the showcase.
Okay.
So I think I'm kind of okay with it.
All right.
Nicholas Beaudin, Louis Crevier, Calvin DeHaan, Ethan Del Mastro.
We still have Calvin DeHaan.
Oh, yeah, we do. Didn't forget that one. Jacob Galvis, Caleb Jones, Seth Jones, Wyatt Kalnick, Michael Krudel, Chad Chris, who I forgot about because he was injured all of last season, Jake McCake, Ian Mitchell, Connor Murphy, Isaac Phillips, Alec Regula. Regula's the one that was injured.
Regula? Yeah, you're right.
Ryan Stanton and Riley Stillman. Goaltenders!
Goalies!
You ready for this list? Tom Albrin, Colin Delia, Marc-Andre Fleury, Kevin Lankinen, Cale Morris, Arvid Soderblom, and Malcolm Subban.
Wowzers! That's a lot of fucking goalies.
That's 7 goaltenders.
What are they going to do? That's so many extra.
If you're telling me both teams are going to carry 3 and then send Tom Albrin to the ECHL, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I can't do it.
Stand the 3 goalie system.
Me either.
It doesn't work.
No, because one person is
just
always left out.
It out. Yeah,
See Colin Delia last season.
But they don't have the taxi squad this year, as far as I'm aware.
I feel like my blood pressure just shot up hearing the words taxi squad put together.
It's so fucking
That was the worst thing that they ever did.
It was a bad thing. And I understand why they did it, but it was bad.
I understood it as I thought it was supposed to be, because I thought that players were going to have to quarantine if they went between the AHL and the NHL, but that's not what ended up happening. So then why did they need the taxi squad?
I don't know.
Oh my god, my chest hurts just thinking about it. That was the worst thing ever. But we have 7 goaltenders in camp, and I'm pretty sure Tom Auburn's going to go back to Indy. Agreed. But then you still have fucking 6 goaltenders.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they're all like... Okay, Cale's obviously going to be in the AHL.
Yes, and so is Arvid.
Yes.
I feel like he's going to get the biggest chance to be the starter in Rockford, Soderblom, with Cale being the backup.
Yeah? Why is that?
I mean, just really going off of the rookie showcase, because he's the only one that got a full game.
Okay.
But also, he's the only goaltender there who wasn't here last year, so maybe King wanted to see more of him. I don't know. I wish Cale was going to be the starter, but I like Arvid too. I thought he actually looked solid in it, but we just love Cale Morris here on From Center Ice. But yeah, we still have 6 goaltenders, and you cannot go... like. You still have all 3 that we had in the NHL last season. And then you added 1.
You did. You added 1.
All of them have to clear waivers. It's obviously Fleury and Lankinen as your 1 and 2.
So you send Daly down?
Yes?
Like you have to, right? Because you're not going to send Malcolm down.
Why? I mean, I agree with you, but why?
Because I feel like he's more than just an AHL player. Like he...
Oh, then somebody could fucking claim him and...
Yes, and use him as your backup.
Yes.
Because that's fine.
Don't leave us with 6 goaltenders between 2 teams.
I hate it so much.
Because we both hate the 3 goalie system.
It doesn't fucking work.
But usually, we only have to deal with it with 1 team.
Not both.
Not both. I can't do both. I can't do it.
I disagree with that whole sentiment of having 3 goalies. No.
Somebody has to get traded. Or 2 have to get traded. And we know who they're going to be. It's going to be Colin and Malcolm. Because they're the odd 2 out.
Yes.
What is their plan?
They don't.
We have been screaming about this goaltending plan since last season was ending. And then they added a goaltender. They didn't get rid of one. They added one. And not even a fringe goaltender, the fucking Vezina Trophy winner from last season. For literally nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
Why am I always screaming about goaltenders?
Because they can't figure their shit out.
Oh, God, Chicago and their goalies. They either have too many of them or they don't respect the one that they've got.
That's about it.
Fuck. What are they going to do?
I don't know. I feel like something's got to happen with Malcolm. I don't see him staying here.
Me either. And I don't necessarily like it, but I also...
I know. Yeah, same boat.
Like, I really like Malcolm Subban. And I would love to have him around just because I like him as a person.
Yeah.
But with the goaltenders we have...
We don't have space.
You got Fleury and you got Kevin. I don't think he's going to want to be the third person out.
Right.
Because he saw what happened last year to his teammate. And I don't think Colin's going to want to be that third person out. He's dealt with the 3 goalie system in Rockford
he's going to want to play.
He's going to be like, send me back there. He'd probably take the starting role over.
Absolutely.
Be between him and Soderblom. And then fucking Cale's left out. I hate the 3 goalie system.
I know, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Because whenever they put the third goalie in, they never ride the hot hand if he wins a game.
Nope.
They're like, oh, good job. Sit on the bench. Woo. What?
It's terrible.
I hate it. It's
terrible.
I hate it. That's why I'm convinced Auburn's going back to Indy, because that just seems to make the most sense. He's like the bottom of the pole there.
What if they sent Soderblom down too?
To Indy?
Yes.
I don't see that happening, really. Mostly just because he came over as a free agent that other teams also wanted. So I feel like they probably guaranteed him a spot in one of the lineups.
Yeah.
And I think he's just better than Auburn. No, Aubin was very good in the showcase. This was
all
of a half of a game that I watched of him. So, but all three goaltenders played very well.
Good.
I was happy with the goalies. I was happy with the whole team, really, even though they fucking lost both games. But, like, players individually looked good.
Okay.
Lukas Reichel looked very fucking good.
I saw.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Yeah. So that's the training camp roster. I have more quotes.
Let's go.
Tweeted out by Scott Powers on the 22nd. Bowman on Toews. He went through a lot. He missed a lot of time. He's been training very hard, hoping to be ready for the season. My advice would be, let's just see how it plays out. None of us know. Like, Johnny doesn't even know how he's going to feel come 3 weeks from now. It's not like we have the answer. We don't want to... It's not like we have the answer and we don't want to share it. It's more just being supportive, and whatever comes will come. And we're here to support Jonathan. It's just great to have him around.
Okay.
That's such a weird quote to me, especially with what we've seen all of the beat reporters talking about, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not news.
It's not.
This is what it's been ever since Toews came out with his statement of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that anything can happen, and it's an immune disorder,
mm-hmm.
and that can obviously knock you down at any minute, which is all the more reason that
he did. He got it.
I know he did, but I'm saying, like, the unvaccinated players,
at least,
if he has to take a face-off against one of them and something,
mm-hmm.
I mean...
At least the whole Blackhawks team got it.
Yes.
Yeah, it could go very badly.
I don't want to say it, but, like, you really could kill somebody.
You could.
Somebody could fucking die from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
All because
people died.
God. Okay. Don't settle on this. Let's keep it moving.
But yeah, I feel like Bowman could have at least been a little more encouraged sounding.
Yeah.
See, I feel like those were the same types of quotes we heard last offseason.
Exactly.
When it was very much sure that Toews wasn't going to play.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
He missed all of last season, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So, I don't know. I just feel like it was almost unnecessary for him to even say anything.
I mean, I'm sure he was asked about it.
Sure.
But at the same time, I don't know. It's just... The quotes were just very weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't sound sure.
I don't... And then, like, last week or something, Toews came out and said, well, we don't know what's going to happen 3 days from now. Like, like, we just got to take it day by day.
I'm sure they're just being cautious, but...
Yeah, because he sounds like he's fucking ready to go, and he's amped, and...
Yeah.
Like, yes, but, like, I don't...
Yeah, I mean, I know it doesn't count for a whole lot, but all the videos we're seeing of him, he looks great
He looks
out
great,
there.
yeah, and he looks like he's been training really fucking hard.
Yeah.
He's ripped!
Yeah. Yeah, and it's nice to see.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have him back.
Yes.
I don't know. It was just weird. It wasn't very encouraging.
Yeah.
But we have our leadership group for the Blackhawks.
Oh, the A's?
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
No?
No.
Do you have a guess?
Kane?
And? It's only one this year because Toews is back as captain. So you only had 2 alternates.
Mm-hmm. Calvin?
No?
No? Who's the second one?
It's not a defenseman.
Hagel.
No.
That was mostly a joke.
One of these days, Bagel will be an assistant captain. Or
DeBrincat?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Toews, Kane, and DeBrincat.
That sounds about right. That's a leadership group right there.
Even though I was yelling for them to rip the A off of Kane last year. He just disappeared.
He was just checked out. He didn't give a fuck.
So, we learned that he was injured.
Kane?
Yeah, at the end of the year. And I guess I didn't like these quotes because I did not see them when I was scrolling through my Twitter likes. But they asked him about it again at the start of training camp. And they asked Bowman, too, I believe. And they both said something along the lines of, it's something that players deal with, and
it's nagging.
It's
injury.
still lingering, but he's not going to do anything about it. And that's
they're being very vague, especially for a team that changed their injury policy a couple years ago to let us know what was going on.
Yeah,
with each injured player. I mean,
and especially you could see, like, when Kane's game fell off, because he was so good, and then he disappeared.
Yes.
So, if it was because of the injury, and then you did nothing about it.
Yeah, we can only expect him to be at that gone level. Like,
right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and we can't even
speculate because
I have no idea.
Possibly
you
be?
could guess any part of the body, and that would be a
hockey
injury.
Yes, hockey is so full contact and using every part of your body and just
back, wrist, groin, knee, like
any of
all
these
of
things,
these are typical. And I don't know. I wasn't very encouraged seeing those quotes about Toews, and then more so the ones about Kane, where he's still dealing with it, did nothing about it.
Yeah,
and I
don't even think he said it's something we're working on. Like, it's just a nagging injury that happens in hockey. Like, okay,
the fuck you mean?
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Can't we just Kucherov him? Like, shit. It worked for Tampa. It's $10.5 million.
Let's fucking go.
We could do some shit with that money.
Yes.
Like, go get it fixed.
Right. Like,
last time we kind of half Kucherov'd you, we won the cup.
Right? True.
At least he fucking played in the regular season.
True.
Still mad about it. But, yeah. That wasn't very encouraging about Mr. Patty Kane. No. But we have some lines that they had running in their drills. This one was from September 24th, so I believe it was day 2 of camp. Okay. But we have DeBrincat, Johnson, and Kane, that being Tyler Johnson, which I definitely confused for Reese Johnson because I forgot we had Tyler.
And there was also Luke Johnson.
Yeah, there was. And then he went to Minnesota.
He did.
Miss little John
flourishing.
Me too. That's a very small line.
Say it one more time.
Alex DeBrincat, Tyler Johnson, Patrick Kane.
Okay.
It's very small.
It is that's a short line there.
Not necessarily the worst thing. That was just the first thing that stuck out to me was...
Yeah, I'm not saying that's bad, because the little guys can be some of the most annoying ones.
For sure. I just feel like maybe stick a bigger center between them.
Right.
But, hey,
I mean, I don't know. What is Tyler Johnson known
like
for being really small?
5'9", yeah.
How tall is Kane?
5'11".
Okay. That's not short, but...
No, but it's not tall.
Right, in hockey worlds.
5'9" for Tyler Johnson.
Okay.
Patrick is... 5'10". I was off by 1.
Well, then, how tall is DeBrincat? Like 5'6", right?
Oh, Cat's tiny, yeah. Alex DeBrincat is 5'7". He is the same height as I am.
Is he, though?
He is.
I feel like...
Stick me out there. I'll score 40 goals.
I feel like he's actually 5'6".
Probably. They're like, put those skates on and then we'll let you.
Right?
He's only 23?
Yes.
Oh my god, he's still so young.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
I kind of feel like he's been around
forever
at this point.
Forever.
He's only 23?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kat, you're so young.
Yeah. That's why there's so much time.
There is. So much time. Don't waste it, Hawks. Anyway, the other lines. This one I really liked.
Okay.
Dominic Kubalik, Jonathan Toews, Brandon Hagel.
All right. I'm down with that. Yes.
Hagel and Kubalik showed some chemistry last year because you just kind of set Kubalik up in front of the net ready for the one-timer.
Yep.
And Hagel's going to dig it off the boards and get it to him. And then you just got Toews doing the rest of the dirty work.
Right. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I need it. I need it so bad.
That sounds amazing.
I know today, I think Kubalik did have somewhat of an injury, but he wasn't listed on the injured ones like Regula and Colton Dock were.
Yes.
But I believe that they put Lukas Reichel on the left wing with Toews and Hagel.
Really?
That I would also like to see.
Uh-huh.
But from what I was seeing, and, these 2 games at the Rookie Showcase, I'm a professional over here, he seemed like more of a playmaker. So I don't know who's going to be scoring
Reichel?
the goals on that line, yeah.
Because Hagel is also a playmaker.
And Toews isn't really a goal scorer. Like,
Right.
all 3 of them can score goals.
For sure.
But
That's not what they're known for.
yeah, I feel like Kubalik on that line with Toews and Hagel would be a lot more effective.
I agree.
Maybe at some point you could stick Lukas Reichel at the center position between Kane and DeBrincat. That would be a very fun line.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Reichel is fast as
Let's go.
having him and DeBrincat, oh my god, they could just kill everybody. And then when you don't have them doing it, then you got Patrick fucking
Exactly,
Kane. Like,
yeah. Like
oh
the
my god, that's
dragon at the end of the book.
I hope that Reichel can play center in the NHL because I need to see that line. Even
You're
just for
getting
a
me
game.
excited.
I know.
You're getting me excited. I like these lines a
There
lot.
are players to be excited about.
Mm-hmm.
The team as a whole, I'm not sure. The third line on this day was Lukas Reichel, Kirby Dach, Philip Kurashev, which could also be a
I
good
like
line.
that one as well.
That could be good. I could see Reichel feeding Kurashev
Uh-huh.
and Dach just kind of doing his thing.
Yeah.
Then fourth line of Connolly, Strome, and Jujhar Khaira. How does Strome fit on a fourth line?
I was also wondering that. That was going to be my next question.
Because he's also not a first or a second liner.
No.
And if your third line is going to be Lukas Reichel, Kirby Dach,
Yeah.
Philip Kurashev, there's no room for Dylan Strome anymore. Because those 3 lines that I already read are a lot better than Dylan Strome.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not a fourth line center.
No, he's not.
Because, he can win you some faceoffs, but he's not really defensively responsible.
No.
And Carpenter was the 13th forward. So I could see a line of Connolly, Carpenter, and Khaira.
Yes.
Strome needs to go.
Yeah, I don't see a place for him anymore.
You need to package Dylan Strome with a goaltender and get a draft pick back.
Yes.
Because we gave some up.
Yep.
How about?
Here we go.
No, that wouldn't fit anymore.
You gotta say it, though.
Well, I was going to say send Strome and a goaltender to Detroit to get Pius Suter back. But if Strome doesn't fit, where's Suter going to fit? I mean, if we got Suter back, I'd kick Connolly off and find a way to put him in there. You could really kind of just slot him up and down the lineup. I would put probably Johnson down on the fourth line at that point because Suter's better than Tyler Johnson, in my opinion. Tyler Johnson's not a bad player. I just like Suter more.
Okay.
But Strome on the fourth line.
I don't know about that one.
I feel like you could bring a Rockford center up to play fourth line center better than Dylan Strome.
Yeah.
I just don't see how he fits into the lineup this year. With all of these names that we have, and sure, it's not a guarantee that they're all going to play well.
No, of course not.
Like, it looks good on paper, but we know that people don't always perform every season to what they could do on paper.
Absolutely not.
I just don't see how he fits.
I don't either. That's a problem.
It is. It is. On defense, Jake McCabe and Seth Jones on line 1.
Okay.
Riley Stillman and Connor Murphy on line 2.
Okay.
Calvin DeHaan and Wyatt Kalnick on line 3.
Okay.
And then the odd pair out was Caleb Jones and Nicholas Beaudin. I think Beaudin goes back to Rockford to start the season.
I agree.
I don't like playing Calvin DeHaan over Caleb Jones. Because I'm more excited about the Caleb than the Seth. You could keep DeHaan around as kind of a player coach in the
yes,
locker room.
Exactly.
You don't have to slot him into the lineup, especially since his body's completely broken down at this point.
What do you have? Like both his hips and no, that was Siebes.
I think he did too.
He had something with his hips and then there was his shoulders.
They both got deconstructed and put back together.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yeah. We knew that Seth Jones was always going to be on the first pairing because, God, he fucking better be for that price.
Yeah, for that fucking price. Oh, my God. But I hate thinking about it. 9 years.
I also haven't really seen anything about him at training camp. Have you? Like anybody
Jones?
talking about him? Yeah.
No.
Cool. Cool. That's good. I've heard Jake McCabe looks great. His mobility looks awesome after his knee surgery. I've heard that. That I have heard. Cool. I'm glad nobody's talking about Seth Jones at training camp and how great he looks, because that would be nice.
Yeah, it would. Because I know we would have heard something about Boquist.
How he looks so much faster this year, and oh my gosh, look at those amazing shots that he's getting off. You know what? I have to search Twitter right now for Seth Jones because I need somebody to have said something. Adam Boquist scored a goal for the Blue Jackets.
I'm sure he did.
3 hours ago. There's another Boquist gif. Better than Seth Jones. Okay, I need to get past 3 hours ago because he scored a goal. Clearly, people are going to be saying that. All right. Let's see. He was on the first power play unit.
Okay.
So there's that. Somebody said that Kat getting the A was an insult to Seth Jones.
What the fuck? He hasn't even played a game for us yet.
God, I hate Blackhawks Twitter.
What? In what world does that... Okay.
So today, Power Play Unit 1 was DeBrincat, Toews, Kane, Tyler Johnson, and Seth Jones, and I fucking hate it. I hate that a lot.
Yeah.
Give me Brandon Hagel in place of Tyler Johnson. Put Johnson on the second pairing.
Agreed.
God, that sounds like a headache of a power play unit.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to stand there. Oh my God, they're just going to stand there.
No, I can't deal.
Oh my God, they're just going to stand there. They did have a video of Toews on the power play, and he was actually moving around. But like we said before, we saw that at the beginning of last season with the Hawks power play, and then they went right back to just fucking standing there.
I just saw that video of him and Tyler Johnson doing face-offs, and Toews getting every single one.
Yeah, I was like, clearly I'm looking at this wrong, and it's switch, and I'm thinking Toews is Johnson, and that Johnson is Toews. No. Toews was just killing him.
He's always been a fucking...
He has. He's always been one of the best in the league.
Absolutely.
Still, Tyler Johnson didn't win one against him. And he's a center, and he's going to be centering Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat.
Not good.
Not good. God, put Strome back with him. Put Strome back there. Put Strome back with him. Oh my God, he can at least win face-off sometimes. Oh my God. Oh no, Jacqueline. Oh,
what have we done?
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh.
The first penalty kill unit was Hagel, Reese Johnson, McCabe, and Murphy. So if Johnson makes the team... Oh, because we lost David Camp, and he was the face-off guy!
He was the face-off guy, and he got a stupid goal tonight.
He did. Oh no, I clicked out of my search. I was so distraught by this. I still haven't seen anybody actually say something about Seth Jones. They're just saying what line he's on. Mm-hmm. The NHL Network put out a list of its top 50 players yesterday. I didn't see this.
Remember all the lists we've done in the offseason?
This dumb fucking list that we've done before? So I'm going to go through this one now, right?
Yeah.
Number 1. Can you guess who it is? Connor McDavid.
McDonald.
I wasn't expecting that. Number 2. Nathan McKinnon.
Nate Mac. Number
3. Leon Draisaitl.
Of course.
Number 4, Nikita Kucherov.
Cheater.
Number 5, Sidney Crosby.
Baby.
Number 6, Austin Matthews. It's really weird seeing Crosby down at 5 now.
Yeah.
Huh. 7, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Who?
Thank you so much. I was really hoping. Number 8, Victor Hedman. Number 9.
He was injured when I
Artemi Panarin. Yeah, he was. Breadman. Number 10, Brad Marchand.
Rat.
Number 11, Patty Kane.
Okay.
Number 12, David Pastrnak. 13, Cale Makar. Really? Already?
13?
13th?
I don't know about that.
He's ahead of Ovechkin?
Wow, that's wrong.
NHL
that's
Network.
just wrong.
He's ahead of Braden Point!
Oh my god, what's happening? Oh no.
Braden Point is 14th. Cale Makar is 13th. Oh
How
my god.
How the fuck?
Alexander Barkov is 15th. Mikko Rantanen is 16th. Alex Ovechkin is 17th.
Absolutely not.
Mitch Marner is 18th. Patrice Bergeron, 19. Mark Stone, 20. Oh my god, I'd put Cale behind pretty much all of these guys.
Yeah.
And that's not even anything against him.
No,
because
you love Cale Makar. Yeah.
Oh my god. 21,
Wow.
Sebastian Aho. Off sheet. Number 22, Adam Fox.
Who?
Number 23, Jonathan Huberdeau. 24, Mark Scheifele.
Okay.
25, Roman Josi. 26, Ryan O'Reilly. 27, Jack Eichel. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. 28, Alex Pietrangelo. Really? 29, Connor Hellebuck. 30, Matthew Barzal. 31, Charlie McAvoy. 32, Miro Heiskanen. I would put Heiskanen in front of Makar even. 33, Evgeny Malkin. 34, Dougie Hamilton. 35, Kirill Kaprizov? Oh, NHL Network. What are
guys,
you on?
They never know what they're doing.
36, John Carlson. 37, Marc-Andre Fleury, Chicago Blackhawks. That's so fucking weird to see. Oh my god. All right, we have 2 players so far.
Yeah,
I see another one over there. 38, Elias Pettersson. 39, Mika Zibanejad. I was about to combine his 2 names, and it was going to sound very weird. I'm glad I caught myself. 40, Kyle Connor. 41, John Tavares. 42, Jake Gensel. Really? 43, Seth Jones.
I need to see it before I'll believe it. I don't know.
44, Shea Theodore. 45, Nicholas Backstrom. 46, Chris Letang. 47, Max Pacioretty. 48, Matthew Tkachuk. I would put Tkachuk in front of Seth Jones. 49, Alex DeBrincat. I'd put DeBrincat in front of Seth Jones. 50. Really, Carey Price, number 50? You're just gonna...
That hurts. That
just
one hurt.
dig it in further, why
that
don't
hurts
you?
Real bad.
Dig it in fucking further.
Number 50, Carey Price.
That's my goalie's number.
Yep.
Of course.
But of course.
Anyways, back to seeing if anybody's saying anything fucking good about Seth Jones during training camp.
They put him in top 50.
Oh my god. People are calling him... Well, to be fair, these aren't Blackhawks fans.
Mm-hmm.
But people are calling him a terrible defender.
Great.
This was because the NHL Network also put out a lock for the Team USA defenseman, and it's Zach Werenski. Oh my god, he grew a horrible mustache like Austin Matthews.
Oh no.
What is that?
Don't
it looks
do that.
worse on Werenski than Matthews, and that's saying a lot.
Don't do that.
Anyway, him, Seth Seth Jones, Ryan McDonough, and Jacob Slavin. And now everybody's mad because Seth Jones is listed as a lock to make the Olympic roster.
I don't know about that.
Oh my god. Oh, there's another list. What is this
What
list?
is this?
Oh, it's some random person's list. I don't need that shit. Is really nobody saying.
It's just been radio silence. I haven't seen a goddamn thing about him.
Me either. I've just seen him on what line he's playing on.
Nobody's saying a thing.
Not a goddamn... What is this list even?
I don't know.
People are just real mad about Seth. Don't give me your fucking pride tape. Jesus fucking Christ. We all know you don't believe that. Colleton said... All right, this was from 2 days ago.
Oh, boy.
These... Let me open it up in case there's more. There's not. All right. Oh. There is. But it's the lines that I just read you. All right.
Okay.
Colleton said these D pairs are built around Seth Jones and Murphy, who will be the two anchors who play a lot of minutes. McCabe will play on the left side with one or the other. I don't think we're stuck on anything yet.
I don't know what to say about that or to that.
Me either.
I don't know how to respond.
Like, obviously, he's going to play a lot of minutes.
I would sure
and
fucking
again,
hope so.
He better because of his contract and the trade. But at the same time, literally nobody is saying anything. This is... I figured there'd be something. And I just hadn't seen it because it's from an account that I don't follow.
Nope. Just nothing. Nothing at all.
Also, the fact that he's wearing number 4.
Yeah.
Just makes me so much more angry about it all.
Uh-huh. Like you couldn't have any other number?
So this was a tweet from the 24th, 3 days ago, from Charlie Meliotis. Seth Jones has worn number 3 his entire NHL career, but it wasn't available in Chicago because it's retired for Keith Magnuson.
Of course.
He then asked for number 4, but team was reluctant to give it to him because of Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Blackhawks eventually approved it because Jones will be here long term.
Could he not have taken like 33 or something? Like just add another 3.
Instead of Blackhawks legend Scott Darling?
Yes. I don't know, man.
See, I have blocked it out of my mind that he's wearing Hjalmarsson's number because I don't want to think about it because I will be angry literally 24/7.
Of course.
So now reading it again and just being reminded of that fact. So apparently he just hasn't done a goddamn thing at camp. So that's fun.
Cool.
That's fun. Really liking that.
What else you got?
Oh, the IceHogs are going to play preseason games.
Really?
Yep. On October 6th.
Not at home.
No.
So what's the point?
I don't know. Okay. Oh, the AHL preseason begins on October 6th. The IceHogs play on the 7th and the 8th against Iowa.
Okay.
I was very confused because I read 2 games and then I saw the 6th, 7th, and 8th. I was like, that's 3.
That would be 3.
But no, they play in 2 games, the 7th and the 8th, because of course back-to-back against Iowa. And they just played the fucking Minnesota prospects in the showcase. So you just see them all over again.
Just a real game.
Couldn't have been...
But not even a real game. It's preseason.
Yeah.
Preseason don't fucking count for nothing.
For real.
For nothing.
Even though it feels like it does.
Oh, yeah, it still hurts, but it don't mean anything.
Yeah. So we did get a couple of questions, but while I pull those up,
okay.
How do you think the Blackhawks are going to do this year? We did it for the Leafs, so how do you think the Hawks are going to do?
I have to hold hope because if I don't, I got nothing. But like,
Fair.
I don't want to be negative. So I think they're going to meld well and become a unit.
Yeah.
And that unit is going to win games.
I feel like we're at a hockey press conference and you're just saying things to try to make me feel better about the team.
I'm trying to make myself feel better.
Get pucks in deep.
No! I hate that. I hate it so much.
You gotta get shots on net. Pucks in deep.
Pucks
shots
in
on
deep.
net. Short shifts.
Short shifts.
Front foot hook.
No, but really, they've added a lot of names this offseason, and that could be for better or for worse, but stop, I'm really trying here.
You're riding that line real hard.
No, I think that the names that they've added, I don't want to be like this big name, good team person.
Yes, the distraction tactic.
That's the one. No, but I think that if they can find a way to work together and use all of their strengths, I do think they could do really well. And we've obviously got a fucking brick wall in net.
In front of a good defense.
In front of a good defense.
Or I guess behind a good defense.
Yeah, that's the one. And we've added some decent players that play the forwards. I mean, they have to be good. They have to.
Do they make the playoffs?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Yes. Marc-Andre Fleury.
Fair.
You know Corey dragged him to the playoffs more than once. So.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
How do you think they're going to do?
On paper, they should be better than they were last year.
They should.
It's so hard because there's so many new pieces that are also very large pieces of the puzzle.
Yes.
So are they actually going to work here? Because if they don't, then the season's going to be a fucking clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
And we're stuck with one of them for a very long time.
Yeah, we are.
So hopefully that one works out. I can't see Fleury not dragging them as far as he possibly can. Unless he has a down season, which is always possible.
Did he just sign for the 1 year?
He had 1 year left when he was traded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they haven't extended him? They've just acquired his last contract season?
Yep.
Okay.
For nothing.
Okay.
For absolutely nothing.
All right.
Fuck. There's just so many question marks.
Yes,
Is Toews going to play? Is he going to play the entire season? Kane and his injury? All of these new pieces? Fuck. I think that they will make the playoffs solely because they've done so much to, like, for some reason, go all in on this team, that if they're not solidly in a playoff spot, they'll make a move to get there, which will give up.
Because this is clearly, I wouldn't even call it a rebuild.
No, and that's what I'm really frustrated about, because last offseason, and we've said this multiple times, but last season, Stan Bowman said the team is in a rebuild.
In a rebuild, yes.
So you get rid of your goaltender. Yes, everything comes back to my goalie.
Oh, it does.
That's not even where I was trying to go, but then I couldn't go any further. Mm-hmm. You get rid of your goaltender, and there's zero expectation on the season, right? Because
of course,
it's full of rookies, pretty much. You don't have your captain. Kirby Dach doesn't play until, March?
It was late, yeah.
So you're expecting the team to be bad. And they're in a rebuild, so that's totally fine.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden you trade away your high-ish draft pick, which was going to be, 11th?
Yeah.
To get Seth Jones, who is not part of any sort of rebuild. He's 27.
Yeah.
He's not old, but that's not rebuild age. And you give up a first next year in the same trade.
Right.
And you give up Adam Boquist, who would be a part of a rebuild.
Would be.
So then you go from having zero expectations about the team, kind of wanting them to lose.
Of course.
So they get a better draft pick.
Yes, that's what a rebuild is.
Yeah, to then all of a sudden this year you have to hope that they're good all of a sudden. Because if they're not, that's a big problem.
Well, yeah. Because you've put so much into them.
Yeah. And traded
Trying
away
to be
really
good.
solid
Yeah.
assets.
Absolutely.
For no real reason. Because you were in a rebuild.
Yes. Confirmed.
And I get that, at least from fan perspectives, they want to make another run at the Cup while we still have Kane and Toews, blah, blah, blah. We won 3-6. I would be out of my mind ecstatic if they won another Cup, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But you can't sacrifice the future. Just hoping that you can throw shit at the wall and hope that it sticks. Because how many random teams do you see win the Cup? Maybe St. Louis was one.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years, it's been Tampa. Before St. Louis, was that Pittsburgh going back-to-back?
Yes.
I mean, fuck. You never count Sidney Crosby out of anything. And then there were the Caps, who were trying forever, and you got fucking Ovechkin. So it's usually not just a random team that wins, which is good because the best should win.
Of course, yes.
But this team is so random. It's like duct taped together, hoping that the duct tape like melds into it and it just becomes whole.
A unit?
Yes. It becomes a unit, and they get pucks in deep and take shots on it. But it's an assortment.
It is.
Of things. It's like
a mystery box.
Yeah, and it's kind of like an expansion team that's existed since 1926.
Well,
like we have all these random players from all these different teams.
Yeah. I would liken it to being a mystery box from your favorite retailer.
Are they?
You know you love.
They are.
Unfortunately.
I wish they weren't. I do love a good mystery box.
Yeah, mystery boxes are fun.
But sometimes you get a real dud.
Oh, that's for sure. But it could be really good.
It could be. Is it a, what's the word? Valuable mystery box?
There's millions of dollars in there, yes.
Yes. There's definitely millions of dollars in there. Or is it a dud of a mystery box? And it could honestly go either way.
It could. But with the players that we have, on paper, they should be really fucking good.
Tell me this.
What's up?
When you look at a team on paper, I'll give you a specific team even.
Okay.
But on paper, shouldn't the Toronto Maple Leafs make it past the first round of the playoffs?
Yes.
On paper, shouldn't Connor McDavid
have a cup by now?
Have a little more success, at least?
Absolutely. Yes. But I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be positive here. I'm
You
trying.
You're trying very hard. I feel like I am just so negative about this team. Like, you're trying to even it out. You're like trying to pull me up. It's like a pulley, and it's like on its last strand. And I'm just like, no, I'm determined to be negative. I do. Fuck, I don't want them to make the playoffs. I think they will make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They're not winning the cup.
No. I cannot see that happening at all, actually.
I don't even know how far they would go. I could see them losing in the first round again. So then what's the point? You've sacrificed future assets to then just say you made the playoffs instead of developing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely believe that, and that is true. And
yeah, like not two, but big things that we got rid of this offseason so we could fit this clusterfuck together. Adam Boquist, 2 first-round picks, Pius Suter. Like, all of those things could have been used to create a winning team down the road.
That's why it's so frustrating to hear, oh, we're in a rebuild, and then you get to the next season, and we're like, no, we're going for it.
It's like, what do you mean?
Why?
They tried so hard to sell that rebuild, too. They're like, everybody knows about it. They made Kane and Toews talk about it, trying to make believe like they knew when it really seemed like they didn't know. And they tried so hard to sell it. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, nope, going for it. Here we go. You got to actually root for us to be good this year. So you really have to hope that they have a good season.
You have to. Because...
otherwise this offseason becomes so much more frustrating than it already has been. And I understand why people are excited about it, and I don't think that that's wrong, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because it's awesome to see great players come to your team.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that, but some people want instant success. Some people want to build toward that, and neither of those are wrong. It's just 2 different ways to approach it. I would rather build from the bottom back up and sustain some success and maybe go for another run for a couple of years like they had, rather than just throwing darts and hopefully you win one season over here and maybe another one over here.
Yeah.
Because it's not sustainable.
No.
So,
you have to be in on it.
Yeah. And I'm kind of mad that they did that to us.
Yes, I agree.
Because I don't think they're going to be a great team, but you have to hope.
No, they're not going to win the cup.
Now you're going to be mad when they lose.
Exactly.
And I hate that.
Yes.
Because
why can't I just have peace with my team losing?
Peace was never an option.
Peace was never an option. Ever. Never, ever, ever. All violence.
Always. It's just so fucking frustrating.
Yes.
Because I really don't think they're going to be great.
Mm-mm.
But you have to hope that they're going to. All right. Let's get to some questions.
Talking in circles here.
All right. From I_am_Skokes. Lineup predictions?
I mean, I liked everything we just saw. Most of the things we just saw. I liked all of the forwards.
Mm-hmm.
Minus Strome, maybe.
Strome needs to be figured out.
Strome is a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure about the defense. But I have to be. Because there he is.
We have to root for them to win games now.
But I can't think of a better way to pair them up on defense. Can you?
Not really, no. I could see not starting this way, but further down the line in the season, Wyatt Kalynuk moving up the lineup.
To be with Jones?
Yeah. Jones or Murphy, either one. Right now, he's on a line with Dahan, and that kind of sucks. I hope he's not stapled to him the whole time. I would like to see him with Caleb Jones, maybe. Yes. I don't know what Caleb's game is like, so I hope that he gets enough games this year for us to see it.
Mm-hmm.
and they don't just ride DeHaan until he physically cannot move like they did last year.
He already can't.
Right. So I hope we do see more of Caleb Jones, but I agree with you. I don't really see how else you would pair up the defense.
So I like what was done.
I would like to see Doc between Kat and Kane for a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah. That's just fun.
Yeah. And not just Tyler Johnson, but I feel like that'll just come naturally and it will happen.
I don't see that not happening at some point.
I do feel like Reichel's kind of overshadowing Doc at this point.
Oof. That's a rough one.
I know. But it's not necessarily Kirby's fault, because he was injured for most of the season.
Yes.
And then you get a shiny new toy that's like super fast and like I was pretty impressed.
I get it.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I do think Doc deserves a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't had a full season where he's gone uninjured, has he?
No, I think people are writing him off too fast.
Because he's been injured so much, or...
I think it's just a combination of things. I think a lot of people were like me at the draft and they wanted Bowen Byram instead of Kirby Doc.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not ready to write him off because of that.
Mm-mm.
But also, because of the injuries. And
he's a hurtsy.
I guess Kirby should be my next favorite player. Just go through this all over again.
Like fucking Kirby Doc.
Yeah, so I'd like to see him between those two. I'd also like to see Reichel between those two.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fun lines that could happen.
I think there's going to be a lot of line mixing that goes on this year. Just because there's so many interesting players on this team.
Yes, and that makes me happy.
Me too. But I do hope that Kubalik, Toews, and Hagel stay together.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's effective, which on paper it should be. That's all we could really go off of at this point because we haven't seen him play yet. I really like that line.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Toews is healthy.
Yeah.
And effective. Goaltenders, you can't really say much about Fleury and Lankinen.
That's who it's going to be.
I'm good with that. It's just the rest of them. What do you do?
What do you do with the other 4? 5.
Yep.
5.
I don't know. All right. This is from Crystal at Maple Stitch. How are you managing to not have expectations that are completely unrealistic? Well, if either of you are, that is. The media feels really expectant and positive overall about the Hawks, I mean.
Okay, so the Hawks in the media are looked at as this awesome, great thing that's going to do great things. We, on the other hand, are like, oh, fuck, it's not going to be good. But we're like trying to balance that out because it could be good, but it could also just be a clusterfuck. And I think that's really the only way to describe it. I mean, they're held in this high regard, like, oh, the great Blackhawks. They haven't watched them for the past however many years. But like, they're still seen as this team that like is one of the best, even if they very much are not.
You're right.
I know, I hate it.
Yeah.
They set that precedent for themselves.
And then
what?
And then what?
And then they lost everything.
And then they scored 3 goals against Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happened.
But the media is still holding on to that 3-6.
The mighty Blackhawks do to the attack. Yeah, we'll back you Blackhawks.
Yeah, so that's what I think. What about you?
I think I'm managing my expectations because I'm kind of choosing to look at them the same way I look at the IceHogs.
Okay.
In that there are a lot of individual players to be excited about and to root for.
Absolutely.
And I think that certain players will have great seasons individually. I'm just not convinced that the team as a whole will have that same success. So it's hard to have expectations when I don't expect them to be good. But I do expect certain players to be good. Like last season, the Hawks were pretty bad, but DeBrincat had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Kevin had a great rookie season. Kalnick showed he could be an everyday NHL player. So we had a bunch of individual players have great years.
Yes. Well, the team still sucked.
But the team sucked. And I kind of expect that to be the same way, which maybe isn't fair to the new guys we got and certainly isn't fair to Fleury, I think.
Yeah.
But I also don't know success for the Blackhawks under any other goaltender than Crawford.
Yes.
And that's not even my bias showing. It's just what has happened.
That's
facts.
So
it's hard to look at that and not see him in the crease and be like, oh, well, they're going to do well. Even though logically with Fleury, they should. But I don't have confidence in the defense. And I don't know if that's the systems that everybody yells about for Jeremy. Or if it's just the lineup. It could be a combination of both of them. But I don't think the defense is going to be... It's going to be better. But I don't think it's going to be that much better to where it makes that much of a difference. You know? Like, maybe it'll be different in different situations. Maybe the penalty kill will be better. Maybe they'll give up less high danger chances. Like, things will improve. But I don't see it being that much better to where the team is going to be very good and getting positive results rather than just individuals having positive results.
Yeah.
Because, like, Fleury can have a 50-save game, give up 2 goals, and the Hawks don't score shit.
Yep.
You know? And that would be a great game for Fleury. So individuals can have great games, and I think that's how it's going to be. And I don't know if that's just me being cynical about the team. I don't know if that's from watching the Hogs so much and being an AHL fan, and that's kind of how you have to look at your team when they're not the fucking Chicago Wolves. Yeah, so that's how I manage my expectations. I just don't expect them to be any good.
Fair.
And that's kind of how I was last year when they were playing well. I was like, I refuse to say that this team is good. They're playing well.
Yes. That was our whole spiel last season.
Yeah, that's kind of how I get through it. On to the Facebook. All right. We'll start with my dad's. Hawks in the playoffs this season?
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yes.
Will Colleton finish the season as head coach?
Yes.
I think that going back to the whole playoffs ordeal and how they've really bought into this team, if they aren't in that position solidly to make the playoffs, I think maybe that could be the change that they make. They change the coaching staff.
Yeah. That makes sense.
If like life or death, I had to choose and say one or the other, I think he does finish the season as head coach, but I think that would be
the
one
kicker.
of the changes. Yep. If they couldn't make a big player move, they would change the coaching staff.
Sounds fair.
All right, from Derek Dreer. Hope I'm saying your last name right. In the IceHogs season ticket holders group.
Okay.
Of the few that are left, which players are you most excited to see back and why?
On the Hogs?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we don't know who all is going to be on the roster.
This is true. I don't think many of the IceHogs from last season are going to make the jump to the NHL, mostly because the roster's fucking full.
Yeah, we have what we quote-unquote need.
They went out and added all of them in the offseason.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited for a lot of the guys to come back. I'm just excited for IceHogs hockey, honestly. I've missed it so much. It's going to be so nice to sit back in my seat and see them on the ice. Like, I'm gonna cry. Right? I'm gonna cry.
They're like human-sized. What?
But yeah, I'm just really fucking excited to get back to the BMO. All in all, I mean, I'll be glad to see. I mean, all of them, really. I don't think any of them that I hated are still here. Hakkarainen's gone. Quenville's gone.
Tompkins is gone.
Tompkins is gone.
I don't know why I feel so bad hating on him now. I surely didn't last year.
Well, we don't need 8 goalies.
Fuck! No more! I love hoarding goalies, but I need to plan for them.
Many.
We have too many. Nothing to do with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for all of them.
And actually seeing them.
And actually seeing them and seeing hockey being played in front of me live.
I'm excited to see my boy Isaac Phillips in
Hell
person.
Yeah. Yeah, because we haven't seen a lot of these players play in person.
I haven't seen any of the IceHogs in person. Because I didn't go to any of the games last year.
Right.
You went to a couple, but...
Yeah.
What, 2?
2, I think.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah, because I sat
them.
in the suite for the first time, and then the second time was Mother's Day.
Since the whole fucking team is new.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to finally see Isaac Phillips in person.
Yes.
See if there's anything I notice in person rather than just on the screen.
Yeah, because the eye test is definitely different from a screen to in person.
Yeah, especially a computer screen.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited to see Cale Morris play.
Hell yeah.
Especially because he has such a different style of goaltending, and I
So
want
different.
to see it in person, and I want to see more of it because we didn't get to see much of it last year.
I thought he was fun to watch.
He was fun to watch on the screen.
Yeah.
I love Cale. Returning players. Alti Barmakian, I'm really excited to see.
Hell yeah.
I think if he can score early within the first couple of games, he'll keep it up throughout the year.
I agree.
He was just severely snake bitten last year. It wasn't due to lack of effort or anything like that. It was just getting robbed left and right, either by the goaltender or the post or whatever. So I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see what kind of year that he has.
For sure.
See Osipov as a forward.
I'm just confused by that.
Me too.
Why?
I honestly could not
Why?
tell you.
Did he want to? Was he
Maybe.
forced to? I don't
know.
It's weird.
Yeah, I think those are the guys I'm most excited about, but I am excited to see all of them.
Yeah.
Of the ones that have left the team,
Okay.
who will you miss the most?
Belkost.
Yeah. For the Hogs, Cody.
Yeah, Mr. Franson.
Ryan Stanton just isn't the same.
Not
as
at
Cody
all.
Franson.
Nope.
That one hurts.
Yeah. You gotta have a daddy on the team, and I don't really see any of them being the daddy.
Nobody to take care of our young kids. Which new player are you most interested to watch?
New player, huh?
I mean, it would be Reichel, but I'm thinking
He's
kind of makes
probably
the
not.
Hawks.
Yeah. He's gonna go straight to the team.
Other than that, I don't really know who all is going to be new because of stupid CHL shit, like who can stay and who has to go back to junior. I don't know.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Yeah. So I'll be able to answer that better once we know who we can actually keep.
Yeah.
I want to see Colton Dock, but I'm sure he probably has to go back to junior since he was just drafted.
Right.
So I don't really know for that one. But those are all the questions that we got. Thank you for sending those in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think I have something super depressing to end it on, more so than me just being very negative about the team. I feel like I gave it all for that, so I don't have anything more depressing to end it on. For a change.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am excited to finally see them in game action on Wednesday against Detroit.
Yes.
Oh,
That
Suter's
would be nice.
team. And Bertuzzi's team.
How much you want to bet they're both going to score on us?
Oh, good. Our old player and the unvaccinated guy.
Yeah.
Fun. Maybe he won't be playing. He probably will be, just to piss me off. But I'm excited to see them in game action again.
For sure.
I think that they're in Detroit, so we probably won't see many of the starters until they come back home. So it'll be nice to see the kids play.
Yeah. That's always fun.
See Reichel in high def instead of just on the YouTube stream. They did the best that they could, but when you're at the practice rinks, you don't get the best camera angles.
Yeah.
So I want to see him. Maybe Colton will be feeling better and not as injured by Wednesday.
We'll see. I don't know exactly what his injury was. So
Me either. But I hope they do put Toews in, because I think that it would be best for him to get as many games as possible to see if he can swing a regular season.
Yes.
So if that's the case, I hope we see that line of Kubalik, Toews, and Hagel. But if I just said they weren't going to play most of the starters, then that's probably not going to happen.
But I think they have to play Toews in the postseason. Or not the postseason, the preseason.
Well, but from what we said, they're going to be playing us
straight to the postseason.
Forget the regular season. We're in the playoffs now. This whole season is just a primer for the playoffs. But yeah, I'd hope they play him in all the preseason games, really, because he missed a fucking year of hockey. You can practice as much as you want.
It's different when it's actual game time.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see which goaltenders they bring for the preseason games.
Yeah.
I know we'll see Fleury at some point, probably back at home. Maybe they'll stick him in for the first game. Who knows?
I can't see that happening, honestly.
Me either, but, new and exciting. Yeah. Maybe they'll stick Seth Jones in there to try to make us excited about it. Try to get somebody to say something good about him on Twitter. Other than he's there. There he is.
That's so absurd.
There he is. He's on the ice.
He's there.
He's there. He's on the first power play unit.
But is he good? If he's not good for $9.5 million for 9 years.
You know what? You know who would have been better on the first power play unit?
Bilquist.
That's the one.
That's the one. And we wouldn't have had to pay him $9.5 million.
No. Nope. Sure wouldn't have. So, yeah. I am kind of excited. I don't know that excited's really the word. Interested to see Seth play.
That's fair.
I want to know what we've got.
Yeah. Yep.
He did have COVID last year, so maybe that brought his numbers down a bit.
Yeah.
He's vaccinated.
Yeah, they all are.
Huh, I just realized that being the Blackhawks were fully vaccinated.
They sure are.
I just connected those two dots. Maybe they'll send him down to Rockford because he's not actually. We can see Tony D versus Seth Jones because they refuse to get vaccinated. Oh god, I need to stop.
Wait, is Colton Jones gonna stay up, or you think he's gonna be a hog?
I don't know. I kind of forgot he could get sent down.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, I would like to see it.
As long as he doesn't have to clear waivers.
Right.
Because I don't want to lose him.
No.
He's the more exciting Jones brother. But if he doesn't have to clear waivers, I would like to see that, especially because we have so many fucking defensemen. And if they're going to play Calvin every night, you might as well get him some game time. I didn't think about that.
Yep.
So maybe he's the new guy I'm most excited to see
if
he ends up in Rockford.
Yeah.
I hope he plays in the preseason.
Preseason.
That's the one, not the postseason. I mean, I hope we've been recording for too long. I was very determined to keep this one short.
I thought it was going to be.
Me too, but I think we got angry about something. And then
we started going off about something.
The stupid fucking team.
It was like an hour and a half, and I was like, "Oh, we've almost covered everything."
I know. I felt like we were almost done,
and then it wasn't.
It sure wasn't.
Here we are, an hour and a half later.
Yell about this team a little longer. I guess that's how you know that the hockey's around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming.
2 days.
It's coming.
Why is everything always 2 days? Training camp was 2 days away. The first preseason game is 2 days away.
I don't know, man.
We record 2 days early from everywhere.
We're going to record again next Monday.
Hell yeah, we are.
Hell yeah, we are.
Next Monday.
Yeah.
It'll be out on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
So maybe this is Tuesday when you're listening to this, unless you're listening to it late, or I put it out late.
Yeah, either way.
Should be up tomorrow.
We got a website.
We do.
FromCenterIce.com.
That's the one. We're on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you could be watching this on YouTube. See us yelling about this team. YouTube.com/C/FromCenterIce. We got Patreon.
Yeah, we do.
From Center Ice? It's just From Center Ice. I linked to it in the last one.
Okay.
I'll link to it in this one too.
Yeah. all of the links will be on FromCenterIce.com.
Yeah.
So if you're confused about any of them, just go to FromCenterIce.com. It'll get you pointed in the right direction.
Hell yeah. Most of them are in the show notes, too, if you don't want to do that step, if you're feeling lazy. There's also a link to FromCenterIce.com. So if you want to click 2 things, go for it.
Lots of things to click.
If you're bored, waiting for hockey to start, or in the intermission.
Start clicking.
Intermissions suck. Although now I kind of use them to take notes, so they don't suck as bad as they used to. Or I use them to just do something instead of paying very close attention. And now the team has to be good this year. So if they're not good this year, I'm going to be upset. Whereas last year I could be like, well, they lost, and I'm kind of mad about that. But at least this happened that was good, and this happened. But now they have to be. Fuck. Jacqueline, they have to be good.
They do. They have to be.
They have to be good.
They have to be.
Otherwise, this is very bad.
Don't. Stop it right now. Stop it. Stop it.
Even mean
no, we're going out on a good note, guys. Yeah. Sub to us. Follow us on all of the socials. Email us at
vfcenterice@gmail.com.
That's the one?
Usually that's the one I forget, so I'm on top of it. Oh, God.
Yeah,
tell us who you're looking forward to seeing.
Please. Tell us if you think the Hawks are going to be good or bad.
What do you think about Seth Jones?
What do you think about Seth Jones?
Did you see anything good at training camp? Because nobody else did.
Oh, which Jones brother is your favorite?
Keeping up with the Joneses. How many times is that going to be used?
All of them.
All of them. Just like we will record every Monday.
All of them.
And we hope you have a good week. And we'll see you on Twitter for the game.
Yep. Bye.